Welcome, Panther fans, to another night of Portland High School basketball. We're in the heart of Cross Plains, Tennessee, where the PHS Lady Panthers will take on the Lady Indians of East Robertson High School.
We got 8 minutes, 17 seconds left before the kickoff or the tip-off. We should be good here. Turn this down a little bit. All right.
Kyle Eaton here along with John Thayer. Thank you for supporting Panther basketball. A good night for Portland last Friday night. Lady Panthers defeated Gallatin by a score of 53-44. Portland got a lead early, was able to control the game, but 8 points was the closest the Green Wave could get in the second half. Gorchek Moot, player of the game, exploded Friday night for 23 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. Nylock Paul with 11 points. Kieva Bradley, 10 points, 6 rebounds. Story Russell didn't score, but she had 9 rebounds, 7 of them from the offensive side of the floor, and she also had 3 steals. Lady Panthers evened their record at 4-4 in the season, winning both games against Gallatin this year. John, they just played so much better against Gallatin than they did against Hendersonville a few nights before that.
Yeah, they definitely did. That our press really was effective. Our front court did a good job. Our back court did a good job. We didn't have near the turnovers that we did earlier. So it was a good, clean game. So hopefully we'll just carry it over and get it right here.
Looking at tonight, they'll be facing the East Robertson Lady Indians. This annual battle being held on the visiting court this year. East Robertson coming into tonight's game with a record of 0-3, looking for the first win of the season. Last year, a 24-6 record, but were upset back Clay County in their regional semis. Coach Kenyatta Perry in his 13th season lost 6 seniors to graduation, 4 of those were starting lineup. One of those had experience from last season. We're hoping that the Panther losing streak, or hoping that the Indians team tonight. We're going to pause for 30 seconds. We'll be back with starting lineup.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Back here at East Robertson High School, looking on Melvin Sharklet court inside David Colley Gymnasium. Go over the starting lineups for both teams, starting with Robertson Lady Indian. He had 3 coming into tonight's game, coached by Kenyatta Perry in his 13th season. They'll have Kelsey Gregory, Stacey Robinson, Caden Stratton, Claire Carlisle, Adrian Lepley. For your Lady Panthers, coming in at 4-4 on the season, Scott Steinbrecher in his 7th season for the team. He'll start 3 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore. Sophomore guard Addie McKelvey being wearing number 12 tonight, 4 points a game, 3 rebounds a game. Junior forward Gorchek Moot leads the team in scoring with 12.5 points a game. She also has over 5 rebounds a game, shooting 90% from the free throw line for the season. Senior guard Story Russell, 2 points per game, 3.5 rebounds per game. Senior forward Nylock Paul has 11.3 points per game and almost 4 rebounds per game. And senior center Kieva Bradley tied for the lead in points, 12.5 points per game. Leads the team in rebounding, 7.1 rebounds per game, and she also leads in field goal percentage, shooting 62% from the court. 3-point line, an area that Lady Panthers are hoping to improve for the season. They're shooting 21% as a team, so hoping that they can get something hot going on. Coach, we still can't overlook tonight's team. East Robertson coming in here, they're have a depleted lineup. Not having as good of a season. They've had 2 really good seasons, and they're kind of having to start over this year. I know their best player, his family moved to another city, so he doesn't have her coming back from last year, and I'm sure that was kind of devastating for that to happen. But they can't overlook this team. They got to come in here, and they can't just come in here and see who can score the most points. They've got to play their offense and be ready as if this is a district game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And losing Pennington was a killer. I mean, she was a great basketball player. For some reason, when you mentioned today, when you sent the lineup to me, and you said you couldn't find her on there, first thing I thought is maybe Liberty Creek, close, something like that. But when you said Franklin Simpson, I don't keep up with them, but I did know their basketball team. I would have thought she'd have went somewhere to better herself. In my mind, when you got a player that good, if you're going to leave the area that you're from to go somewhere else, you would think you're going to push it up to go somewhere, the basketball program. Maybe Franklin Simpson's got that. They used to not have one, but they might have one now. I don't know.
I think her dad's a teacher.
Okay,
or
so
a
he may
coach,
have retired in Tennessee and then moved up there.
Or he just moved.
Yeah.
They just went to Franklin Simpson. So.
Okay, makes sense. That's a reason to go. Your daddy goes, you got to go.
Yeah.
So I wish her luck. She's a really good basketball player, and I'm glad she ain't here tonight.
She was hard to handle as a sophomore last year.
Yeah,
so
she was totally.
She's the one that kind of kept the glue going for them in that season that they had a good season last year. That was 2 years in a row they were doing 20-plus games, and actually for one time they was favored against Clay County. Clay County was supposedly down last year, and because Clay County is the one that normally comes out of those 2 regions into the sectionals.
Right.
And, but lost there in a close game in the regional semis, and that kind of ended their season. We're going to take another
huge in Clay County too.
We're going to take another short break. When we come back, we'll go to the public address announcer for the national anthem, starting lineup, and tip-off. You're listening to Panther Basketball here on the Portland Sports Network.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
John, as they start announcing for the East Robertson Lady Indians, looking out on this court, thinking about the memories that's here, because you can thinking about the dynasties that East Robertson had back in the late 80s, early 90s, and again, earlier last decade when it was running. And it's just been 3 years ago, I think, since the boys went to the state championship again. And you look at this court, there's literally no room from the end lines to the walls and from the sidelines to the stand. Everybody is cramped right here on top of the players. And if you think back to those days when Melvin Sharklet was here and David Colley was running the program, you think back to those days where it was just an absolutely packed house. And I mean, it was the place to be whenever Portland and East Robertson got together, or East Robertson and anybody. And it's just amazing to see that, looking down on this court now. Players are getting their final instructions from the coaching staff.
Yeah, I was pretty sure when I was a parent coming here, we sat on that side. It's been a lot of years ago, 20-something, but I remember being over there, I think.
Sort of like Adriana Lepley will be tipping off against score check Moot. Ball is in the air. Tip is won by Moot. Bradley gains possession. Panthers are going right to left. Immediately, Paul goes baseline, gets it into the paint to Bradley. Well, they're going to call traveling on Kieva right off the bat.
Yeah, it's a dreaded. I'm in the low post and the ball hits me in the face pass. But it happens to the best of them. There's no doubt about it. But it was a good pass.
So East Robertson wearing their home whites, maroon trim, maroon numbering. And they'll get going up ahead this man-to-man defense of the Lady Panthers. As Stratton picks up her dribble, finds a teammate, back to Stratton. Over to the top of the key to Carlisle as Gregory pops out. Makes her way to the near side of the court, picks up her dribble. McKelvey's playing tight against her, causes a turnover for East Robertson. Russell will pick it up. And she'll make her way into the front court over to Paul. Paul will dribble out to the volleyball line. Back to Russell. McKelvey. 2-3 zone for East Robertson. Panthers passing the way around the perimeter. Finally get it into the paint to Paul, but she'll dribble back out to the front area. Throws it over to Moot in the far wing. McKelvey's going to take a three from out front. Off the mark. Offensive rebound, put back foul. And Nylock Paul will go to the free throw line.
It was a nice shot. Just didn't quite go in, but it was lined up perfect. Rimmed out a little bit.
That looks like right off the bat, that's where we need. Our strength has to be in the middle and on the rebounding. And we need to take advantage of that as Paul makes the first free throw. Second one rolls in and out. So 1-0, your Panthers lead early on here in the first quarter. Gregory dribbles over to the far side, down into the lane, takes a mid-range jumper off the front of the rim, gets her own rebound. Throws it out to Carlisle. Carlisle picks up her dribble right at the logo. Ball is on the ground. Fought for by both teams. And we get our first tie-up of the game with 6:17 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, we got to work on that offensive glass, though. We do not want them to get offensive rebounds and second chances.
Almost a backcourt on the inbounds for East Robertson.
About a 20 seconds there, wasn't it?
McKelvey with the steal, makes her way to the front court. Layup is up. Layup is good.
Suffocating defense by the Panthers and got a steal and a run out there for an easy bucket.
Panthers have a field goal lead, 3-0 here in the first. Panthers looking to get a winning record after tonight's game. Shot is missed by East Robertson. Rebound to the Lady Panthers. Paul up ahead to Bradley. A little bit too far, but Bradley's able to corral it. Gets it back out to Moot, and they'll start up their offense. 4 out, 1 in. The offensive set for Coach Stein, Paul. gets McKelvey in the paint. McKelvey goes out to Moot, takes a three from the corner, but it's off the mark. Rebound Gregory. And she'll take it herself over to the Panther defensive side of the zone. All the way to the rim as the Panthers just let her go by, but she misses the shot. And Moot takes the pass from Paul, and it's another layup.
Yeah, we got to do a better job of stopping that ball, though, because you're right. She dribbled straight in, an easy layup. It just kicked out on her, didn't go in. But we can't allow that.
3 minutes gone in the first. Panthers up 5-0. Gregory to the left-hand side. Blocked by McKelvey. Picked up by Paul. Paul throws it up the head to Moot, who got behind the defense. And another easy one for Gorchek Moot, who has not cooled down from her spurt from last Friday night. Has 4 points on the night. Panthers up 7-0. Bruce Robertson looking to get their first basket of the night. Double team on the guard, Gregory. And they'll call a reach-in foul on the Lady Panthers. And you can tell the number one, John, is their player that has the most skill set.
Right.
And it looks like everything is going through her as she does most of the ball handling and most of the initiating of the offense.
Yeah, we just don't want to reach this early in the game. If you get her trapped, let her make a mistake, but don't reach in and bail her out. And that's what we did there.
Inbounds to Gregory. Dribbling down to the boundary area, picks up in the corner, looks for a teammate. Ava Fulton into the game for Coach Perry. Gets caught in the corner, but able to throw the ball off the legs of the Lady Panthers out of bounds, so it'll remain Lady Indians basketball. Gregory looking for someone to lob it into. Finds Carlisle. Guarded by Russell. Picks up her dribble at midcourt. Bounce pass over to Gregory. Gregory gets around her defender, goes towards the baseline, runs into Bradley, and that'll be a foul on number 31.
Yeah, Bradley did a good job of getting over to a point, but she just didn't get her feet set in time.
So a shooting foul will send Gregory to the free throw line. First one goes off the back of the rim. Gregory gets set for the second one. That one goes in. So the first points of the night come at the 3:52 mark. For East Robertson, Panthers now lead 7-1. McKelvey to Powell. Catches it to Russell on the elbow, who bounce passes it to Bradley in the low post for another layup.
Nice ball movement there for the Lady Panthers.
Perfect high-low action for Coach Stein. Gregory, a little bit too hot in the corner, out of bounds. Possession will go to the Lady Panthers. First substitute for Coach Stein as Madison Mays comes in, and McKelvey will take a breather. Lady Panthers wearing their black jerseys, white trim, white numbering. Down low to Bradley again. She falls down. Ball goes out of bounds. Tripped. Turnover goes to East Robertson.
It was a good idea trying to get in there to her. It just didn't work out. Like you said, she tripped and the ball got out of bounds.
Mays picks up Bradley at center court. Bradley goes around to the right side, takes a mid-range jumper off the mark. Rebound is fought for. Picked up by Moot. Paul with the basketball. Goes over to her left hand, down in the lane, takes a shot, gets fouled.
She did an excellent job of splitting the floor there. If they had collapsed on her, she would have had somebody on either side for a good pass.
Paul shooting 48% from the free throw line, but she's not scared of contact. She wants that opportunity to get on the line and improve that. And she makes the first one. And Paul goes 2 for 2 from the line. 3 points tonight for Nylock Paul, all of them from the stripe. Panthers now have a double-digit lead, 11-1, with 2:48 to go here in the first quarter. Gregory's trying to get around Mays. Mays gets a little too close, and they're going to call obstruction. Third team foul on the Lady Panthers.
She's got to work a little harder getting those legs, stay inside and shoulder squared, not chasing.
Turnover by Gregory. Mays with the pressure on the defensive side.
Just like that. She did a great job there keeping her shoulder square.
Mays will start the offense into the front court. Over to the far slot to Moot. To elbow is Paul. Back out on front to Russell. Looked at the three, decided against it. Mays is going to take the three. Too hot. Rebound Moot. Tries to go into the lane. Reach-in foul on East Robertson.
She's got a nice shot, Mays. She's not afraid to take it either, and that's important. Because a lot of times freshmen, they don't like to pull the trigger.
McKelvey comes in for Story Russell. Bradley will sit out, and in will come Bailey Sharklet for her first action tonight. As they stack up at the elbow on the baseline out of bounds plays, they split out. Paul gets it from the three, shot on the way. Back of the iron, long rebound goes to Mays. Back to Paul at the front of the key. Moot, I'll pass it to McKelvey. Paul to Moot.
Oh.
One dribble, shot is up, shot is no good. Steal, turnover, Paul, and she gets a breakaway layup.
Nice job on her part. And then get under control, make sure she makes an easy layup.
5 points on the night for Nylock Paul. Mays trying to steal the basketball, but she'll get called for that reach in.
That's her second foul already.
13-1, Lady Panthers lead. Substitutions for East Robertson. For the Lady Panthers, Ariel Lindsay will come in. And Mays will sit with her 2 fouls.
Yeah, see, that's aggravating for a player because now, in theory, you're going to have to set the rest of the half. And she could have got some really valuable minutes that she needed.
Gregory now being guarded by McKelvey. Ball goes over to Robinson. Deflection picked up by Sharklet. Thrown up ahead to McKelvey. Underhanded shot is no good. East Robinson with the rebound. And they'll slow it down. Get it to Gregory. Gregory tries to lob it down low, a little bit too high, out of bounds. Gregory was trying to make something happen, trying to push the ball forward. Just had a little bit too much juice on the pass. McKelvey, the sophomore, over to Moot. Back it on top to Paul. Touch pass to McKelvey in the lane, who turns around and gets it to Lindsay. Lindsay misses the shot, but she gets her own rebound. That's Sharklet with the basketball.
Yeah, Sharklet, she's got to work a little bit better in being in the right spot when she gets a ball, because that was just an easy bucket there that she missed that opportunity by kind of being out of position a little bit.
Bradley comes in, and Paul will take the seat for the first time tonight as the Panthers inbound from baseline, lob into Moot. She goes back out to McKelvey from the three. Too long. Rebound brought down by Lindsay. Over to Bradley in the low post. She just turns around and just overtook her defender for the shot. Second basket of the night for Kieva Bradley, a 15-1 lead. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. 3 on the way for East Robertson is missed. The putback off the rebound of Stratton is good.
Another offensive rebound.
Moot goes baseline, comes back around on top. Bradley is swinging around to the far side. McKelvey will take a 3. Swoosh at the buzzer. Addie McKelvey slinks one from 3 land. And at the end of 1, it's Portland 18, East Robertson 3. You're listening to Panther Basketball here on the Portland Sports Network.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Back getting ready for second quarter action. Where your Lady Panthers are leading East Robertson by a score of 18-3 in that first quarter. Both Addie McKelvey and Nylock Paul each had 5 points. Gorchek, Moot, and Kieva Bradley 4 points apiece for them. Coming on the floor on the defensive side, Story Russell, Nylock Paul, Addison McKelvey, Ariel Lindsay, and Kieva Bradley. Starting lineup for Coach Perry's team on the home side as East Robertson will inbounds and start this second quarter down by 15. Ball is in the lane, turnaround jump shot. Bank shot is good for Adriana Lepley as there were 3 Panthers on the ball handler and left Lepley wide open for the 12-footer. 18-5 is the score. Russell bounce pass down low to Bradley, and again, they just can't stop her. Once she gets the ball in that position, it's just her in the basket.
Yep, she goes up strong down to that low post, and nobody wants to deal with her.
6 points on the night for the senior. Gregory gets the ball deflected. Paul to the other end. Well, she'll take it the distance. And an and-one situation for Nylock Paul as she was pushed going into the basket.
Yeah,
Basket will count.
the one thing I didn't like, even though it was a steal, we had 4 defenders around the ball. The bad thing about that is a team that's got a little bit stronger backcourt, they're going to get that ball over top, and there's going to be some easy shots on that. We got to do a little bit better job of spacing out our defense.
And I like Coach Stein early on when I think Paul was at the free throw line. He had all 4 other players come to him on the other end of the court where he's at, and he was complaining. At that time, we were up 7-1, and he was complaining about how they were rotating and spacing on the offensive floor. So he's taking everything to heart and doesn't want them to lose focus on anything that they're doing. Paul makes that free throw. So a 3-point play, and Paul gets another steal, passes up ahead of McKelvey. McKelvey loses the basketball, goes out of bounds.
Yeah, on that play there, the pass was just a little long for McKelvey. She probably ought to gathered it out and power dribble, bring it back up and set out a play instead of trying to force it back where she wasn't sure if she had the numbers or not.
Ball was knocked out by the Lady Indians, so Panthers will inbounds from the baseline. Russell inbounds, takes the pass back from 3 points, shoots it, and it goes in. Story Russell, her first basket of the night, will count as 3. It is now 26-5 with 6.5 to go here in the first half. Gregory, double team again, picked up her dribble, looking for help. Throws it out front, down low, back out front again. As Stratton gets it to Lepley. Turnaround jumper, no good. Paul looking to go the distance, and she'll do it as she makes the basket. Paul is very energetic on both sides of the court tonight.
Yep, she definitely is. I liked our defense on the other side, too. There were opportunity here and there that we could have reached in, maybe got a foul, but we just held our own and played good, solid defense.
Stratton, guarded by Russell, now double teamed with McKelvey, and she was looking at McKelvey, so Russell came and grabbed the basketball, a tie-up situation. Possession arrow goes to the Panthers. McKelvey, Russell, Paul screening her, rolling around 2 screens, takes it from the corner, misses the 3. I liked that set, as Paul had a good look at that 3-pointer. Paul with the basketball again, calls for the clear out. I like that. Russell at the free throw line. Can't get it to her. Mood out on top. Gives it to Paul at the elbow. Takes a couple of dribbles to the baseline. Backs it up. Then goes baseline again. Tries to get it to Bradley. Pass was at her feet, and Paul got knocked down, and she's still on the court.
Yeah, the pass was on her feet, and it's hard to make a play when the pass is on your feet.
Trainer goes to check on Paul. She gets up. So she'll go ahead and take a seat, and they'll check on her and make sure she's all right. In comes Madison Mays for her second appearance. Mays with 2 fouls on the night. Panthers up by 23 here in the second quarter. Gregory to the left-hand side to Lepley. Tries to go inside. Madison Mays comes from nowhere for the steal. Lobs it over to Moot for the layup. I liked how Mays did that. She was calm about it, dribbled, waited for the defender to come her direction, and then threw it right over to Moot.
Yep, and she came towards the middle of the court a little bit, too, to make her make a decision.
3 for East Robertson goes in. Caden Stratton with a 3.
The only question is, did she call that bank shot or not?
30-7. Panthers on top. McKelvey flashes in the lane, gets fouled on the shot. And that'll send her to the free throw line. McKelvey right at 50%, which means she's shooting average half the time.
But for a point guard, it's below average. She'll get it up. I predict she'll be around 70% as the season progresses a little bit.
Addie hits the first one, and the second one goes in.
See, she's 100% tonight.
And she'll quickly sit down as Paul comes back in. Paul seems to be okay. Just took a little fall. 32-7. Panthers lead. Steal by Russell. Gregory tracks it down, and it gets her pass deflected by Paul on the ground, and she gets tripped. And that'll be the third team foul here in the second quarter for East Robertson. I think Paul just wants to play 1-on-5.
She could probably
just
pull it
let me
off
guard
against some
everybody,
teams.
and I can play all 5 positions on offense. Kind of like the guy that can bunt and steal second on the same play. I think she wants to get the rebound and take the assist and score the basket on the same play. Panthers playing hot potato with Mays, Paul, and Russell. Russell will keep it to herself and reach in on East Robertson.
Yeah, we're just trying to work it around and get an open shot here.
Bradley back in for Sharklet.
Yeah, when you're better than the team you're playing, a layup type of game is not something you want all night long. It doesn't really get you any good. You need to run your sets.
Moot, baseline, takes 2 dribbles and then takes the jumper. What a move by Gorchek Moot.
Yeah, that was
was
a nice shot.
I think we can officially say that she is out of her funk that she was in the first 5 games of the season. Shot missed by East Robertson, picked up by Paul, up ahead to Moot, and there's another one for the junior. 36-7 is the score. 10 points for Gorchek Moot. Defensive foul on the Lady Panthers. That'll be number 3 on the freshman, Madison Mays. And that'll get her a spot there next to Coach Stein as McKelvey will come back in. Stein says, you know you can't do that, right? Double team catches Stratton off guard, but they're actually going to call blocking foul on McKelvey. She was moving. Inbounds for East Robertson. Looking to overcome this 29-point deficit. Looking to score a bucket. Not going to do it that way as Moot picks up the loose ball up ahead to Paul, and she'll take the little short bunny. Paul with 12 points on the night. It's now 38-7. High screen for East Robertson. Gregory goes opposite. Picks up her dribble. Over to Stratton. Stratton guarded by Moot. 2:43 to go. Gets it over to Gregory. Gregory tries to go into the lane. McKelvey cuts her off. Bradley gets in the lane for that low block pass. And as soon as Panthers get possession, Coach Stein is going to call timeout. So, John, like you said, it's 38-7. It's kind of hard not to come down and just shoot a three every time.
Yeah, it
because,
is.
hey, you know, I want to see if I can hit threes and I won't get my stats. But right now they're not doing that. They're running their offense. Problem is you got so many breakaways.
Yeah, you got.
What are you going to do?
I mean,
you can't slow them down.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the layup. You got to go ahead and take it. But
Yeah.
this move on the baseline by Gorchek reminded us of what she could do from last year. I mean, that was a great move. She got around the defender, took a couple of dribbles to shield herself from the defender, and shot it over the one in the paint. And just a nice little 8-foot jumper.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play. It's almost impossible to defend with her size and length, and if she's so quick getting to that spot, there's going to be a hard time for people to defend that, period.
And we've said when the big three get going, regardless of our guard play, they're going to be hard to handle.
They are, but our guards, you know, we're going to run into some people that we better have 5 on the court that can play, and they're stepping up. They're looking better every game.
Russell's going to take a three off the mark. Lady Indians with the rebound. Kelsey comes to get possession of the basketball up in the front court. Tries to catch a cutting Gregory in the lane. Back out on top. Fulton with the basketball. Bounce pass to Gregory in the paint. Turns around, misses the bank shot. And Paul will slow it down. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, I like that right there, Don. She could have had a run out possibly, but she wants to be under control.
Shot on the way is no good, but the putback by Paul, as there was no box out in that play.
Yeah, that's the stuff that irritates you when you're a coach.
9 points for Paul here in the second quarter, 14 on the night. It is now 40-7. Russell with the steal. And she'll wait for McKelvey. And McKelvey will take it. Russell had 3 steals in that game Friday night against Gallatin. Russell out on top, 1:10 to go. To the far slot area for Paul. Back to Russell. Triangle game going on with Paul, Russell, and McKelvey. Paul decides to take it to the top of the key to restart the motion. Moot now swings around, grabs it from the front area. Passes it over to Paul. Takes a couple of steps in the lane, gets the ball back, misses the shot. Bradley with the rebound and the putback. Bradley quietly with 8 points tonight. 36 seconds to go here in the first half. A 42-7 lead for the visiting team. Deflection out of bounds. It'll stay with East Robertson. As Lepley will come in for Williams. Olivia Williams, her dad, played for Vanderbilt football back in the day. And played professionally too. Can't remember which team. I want to say it was the Bears. We'll have to look that up. Paul falls down on the rebound. And several players from both sides of the court help her up. Out of bounds, possession goes to the Panthers. .15 seconds to go. Paul will hold it for the last shot. Over to Russell. Moot will dribble to the top of the key. Fakes it one way, goes over to Paul. Shot it with 5 seconds to go. East Robertson has a chance to get one up at the buzzer, but they're not going to do it. And that'll end it at the half. It's Portland 42, East Robertson 7. You're listening to Panther Basketball here on the Portland Sports Network.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3. Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Welcome back, Portland Panther sports fans. We're here at East Robertson High School. Your Lady Panthers are at halftime leading 42-7 against the East Robertson Lady Indians. Kyle, been a pretty good game so far. We've pretty much dominated in every aspect of the game. A couple times we
Defensive rebounding is bothering me.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to mention.
And I think it's just because they're getting ready to run the fast break. So they're like, instead of going ahead and blocking out your player, I'm ready to get the ball and turn around and run the other direction.
Yeah, but that's the stuff that's going to kill you against good teams because they're not going to back down. And, games are won or lost in women's basketball. Offensive rebounds. We've been saying it for the last 3 years. You may have said it longer than that. I don't know. But that's what it's all about. Pat Summitt lived and died, with not giving up offensive rebounds and getting them when she had the ball. So that's a huge part of the game. We've got to make sure we understand it. Our tall girls, they can't get lazy all because they're taller than people. They got to fundamentally get it right. Scoring for the Panthers is Nylock Powell had 14 points. Gorchek Moot, 10. Kieva Bradley, 8. Addison McKelvey, 7. Story Russell, 3. We were 6 for 5. 5 for 6 at the free throw line. Rebounds, Mays, 1. Paul, 8. Moot, 2. Bradley, 1. Lindsay, 1. Sharklet, 1. Steals, Russell had 2. Mays had 1. McKelvey had 1. Paul had 4. Moot, 1. Bradley, 1. Sharklet, 1. Block shots, McKelvey had 1 block shot. Paul had 1 block shot. Assists, Story Russell had 2. Mays with 1. Paul with 1. Moot with 1. Bradley with 1. And Lindsay with 1. And we've made 2 turnovers so far, so that's not bad at all. Last game we had 5 in the first half, 2 this half, so we've cut that down from 10 to 5 to 2 in the third game here, so that's a good start for us for sure. On their end, Gregory had 1, Lepley had 2, Stratton had 5. They were 2 for 1 from the free throw line, or 1 for 2 at the free throw line. I got to get that flipped over.
Yeah.
But the fans know what I'm talking about. See, I do that on purpose. I want to stimulate their thought process while they're listening to the game. So, but
I think that's what it's doing.
but it's all good. It's we're totally dominating, right? We need to come out here in the second half and just finish it up the way we're doing now, not get lazy. They'll probably put a few more girls in the game bench wise, but they need to work more than everything on blocking out.
And you got to hope that Mays doesn't get that 4th foul, because like you said, this is a great opportunity for her to get a lot of minutes, experience, maybe do some things she doesn't normally do to see, if I do it this way, how's this going to work? If I pass it this way, how's it going to work? Because the defense she's going up against is a little bit less of a competition that's what she's seen the past week, especially with Hendersonville and Galton. But you can't do that if you foul out of the game. So you got to hope that she can not get that 4th foul, because she's going to get a lot of minutes here in the second half, especially if they start the running clock as they probably will. And they're going to need her. We can already tell. She may be the one that kind of gets us in the mix of the top of the district once district season begins.
Yeah, I agree with you. And they need to get their time when they can get their time for sure.
Do want to remind everyone, if you want to stay informed on all the Portland High School sports action, just download the PHS Athletics app. You can get real-time updates on schedules, scores, and team news directly to your mobile phone. iPhone users search PHS Panthers. Android owners can search Portland Panther Athletics. And to go on that a little further, John, I know me and you use that app a lot. Basically, what it is when there's an event such as Portland basketball, there's someone that's designated as uploading the score. And they'll upload it like at the end of the quarter, at the half, things like that. Every now and then you'll see a picture that they'll put on there. It almost looks like a Facebook feed in a way. And you'll get a notification, hey, somebody has posted something. You can look it up and it'll say, Lady Panthers basketball up 42-7 at the half. And it may show a picture of something going on the court, something like that. And you can do that for every team. And it's not just current stats of what's going on. You can hit the rosters and see who's on there. You can see the results of the games they've had and look at the upcoming schedule for each particular sport, whether that be wrestling, basketball, football, volleyball is on there, and across country will hit theirs on there. So pretty much everyone, Coach Mr. Woods, the principal, has them logging in. John Ferguson, athletic director, has people keeping that up to date. It's a good app to have, and it's an easier way to catch our broadcasts, because if you go to the links on that app, the top right-hand corner, you'll see links, and you go into there, and you'll see several different things you can go to. What you want to look for is the logo for the PSN, Portland Sports Network. Find that logo, click on there, and that'll take you directly to the YouTube channel, and you don't have to worry about it from there.
Yeah, let me make sure that works. It wasn't working the other day, so we'll see. It still isn't working. We're going to get it taken care of, I promise. But if you'll just search when you're on YouTube for Portland Sports Network and search on that, you'll see us there. You'll see some broadcasts that we've already had. Once you click on that, then you can like and subscribe, and then finding it will not be an issue moving forward. But just Portland Sports Network, if you just spread the words apart, not all together, and we're going to get the high school fix that link. We're also working on a website. Brian Berry's helping me with that. That once you go to that, which is the good old www stuff, where everybody knows how to go to the World Wide Web, you click on that, it'll be a direct link from there right to the YouTube deal. So that's not going to be a problem at all. One interesting thing, too, is if you go to the links up top, they got a deal called Archives. And when you click Archives, you can click Athletic Archives. And then, lo and behold, when you start going down a little bit further, you can get to our Hall of Fame inductees throughout the years. So that's kind of interesting. Go to 2002, shout that year out for sure, or 2020, and shout that year out for sure. And coming, I think it's January 16th. I'm not 100% positive, but they announced our 4 inductees for this coming class. 2 of them I know. It's Danny Thompson, used to be basketball coach up here for years, and played baseball. I think he graduated in the early 80s. And then Coach John Ferguson is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Well deserved him. He scored over 1,600 points for us, and then went on and went to Tennessee Wesleyan and was inducted into that Hall of Fame. So he had a prestigious college and high school career. I'll get the other 2 members sometime tonight, so I don't forget. There's Curtis is down there. He can give it to me if we need to. But just make sure you check. There's a lot of cool stuff out on that website. And it's a little if you're with an Android device, it's a little bit more complicated than if you're with an iPhone. But if you do like Kyle said and search for it the way he said, it will take you to it. And we'll get some more instructions for that and put on our site too for that to help you out.
Pretty cool deal. It's powered by Ball Frog, and you can actually go in there and pretty much pick up any high school in this area, and you can download their app if you want to follow them. I mean, if you want to follow East Robertson, look up East Robertson Athletics, and I think you can do that. Girls are coming back out on the court, and we'll flip the field. Lady Panthers will play defense to start this second half. And Coach Stein will start this third quarter with Bailey Sharklet, Madison Mays. Abby Sanders. Kendall Gregory. Shot is put up and missed by East Robertson. Mays will start the offense.
I do want to give a shout out to the city of Portland for letting us use their Wi-Fi link for these away games, because you just never know when you show up what kind of Wi-Fi you're going to get. So knowing that we've got that is a great security blanket. And I'm sure my boss is happy because I don't have to link with my cell phone.
Using up all that data, huh?
Yeah, 2 years ago, remember we showed up and had to learn how to use cell phones with headsets to make these broadcasts happen.
That was fun. We made it work. Madison's going to take a three, and it goes in.
Really good ball movement by the Lady Panthers.
Madison
nailed
Mays
it.
makes
Yep.
her first basket of the night.
She shoots that ball really effortlessly.
Ball is tipped away by Sanders. It'll stay with East Robertson. Karina Fair on the court for Coach Stein, making her first appearance. Gregory cuts to the basket, gets the pass, tries to pull it back out on front over her teammate's head, and it'll be a backcourt violation. As she slams her hands on the floor, she knew she messed that one up. Sideline inbounds to Gregory. Over to Fair, back on top to Mays. Sanders. Back to Gregory. Fair looked at the three, decided not to take it. And they're going to swing it around. That one goes in the air. Kendall Gregory misses the three. Picked up by Madison Mays, and she'll start the offense again. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Panthers up by 38. If Miss Leisman's math does me correctly. Turnover picked up by Gregory. She's got numbers. And wow, Gregory caught up to her. Kendall Gregory caught up to Kelsey Gregory. Fouled her on the shot. So if Kelsey Gregory wants points, she's going to have to earn them from the free throw line.
Wonder if they're related somehow. No.
First one on the way is good for Kelsey Gregory. And she makes the second one.
She's a good-looking free throw shooter for sure.
45-9 is your score. I misspoke earlier. Adding three. Added four when you're supposed to add three. Sanders will take a three. She'll miss a three. Gregory gets the rebound and gets fouled on the putback. Kendall Gregory, come on down to the free throw line. Gregory makes the first one. That looked good.
Yeah, it did.
Substitutions for Coach Stein as Mays comes out, Fair comes out, Sharpley comes out. In comes Lindsay. Into the game is Paisley Thompson. And also Morgan Sales as Gregory makes the second one. 47-9, a three from the corner. East Robertson is off the mark. Chased down by Sales. Ball is on the court, loose. Everybody's diving for it.
Yeah, when you're struggling like that, you need to find your point guard and try to get some clear out action there.
Let's say the last touch by the Lady Panthers. So East Robertson will try to get into this lead. Wow. Lindsay comes around the corner of the East Robertson post player, gets the deflection, turnover, and East Robertson fouls a push. Good defense by Miss Ariel Lindsay.
Yeah, she did a good job of getting that ball back under control.
4:10 to go here in the third quarter. Panthers up 47-9. Lindsay playing the PG position on this go around over to Gregory. Gregory gets it knocked away, picked up by Kelsey Gregory. Kelsey tries to push it to the front court, hands it off to a teammate. Back to Gregory. Shot up on the way, no good. Rebound is loose, picked up by Kendall Gregory. And she'll push it to the other end, 1 versus 2, so she'll back it out. She'll say, let's start that again. 3 on the way. Sanders misses that one. She hit one the other day.
Yeah, I like the
I think
way
that
we
was against Hendersonville. Maybe
brought
she
that
hit
ball
that three.
back and not just going for a wild layup there with the numbers wasn't in our favor. That was a very mature play.
Abby will inbound from the baseline. Goes over to the corner to Lindsay. And she's going to whip it around about front. Back to the corner for Sanders. She makes that 3. Nice inbound set play for Coach Stein. Left Sanders open in the far corner, and she nailed it.
Nice
Gets
shot.
the Panthers to the half-century mark. Under 3 to go in the third. Robinson. To Fulton. Back to Gregory. Gregory goes baseline. Gets it out over to Stratton. Hits the rim 2 or 3 times and rolls out of bounds. It'll go to the Lady Panthers.
We did a good job blocking out there and not backing down because she was outsized big time, but she kept her body and her hip laid into her really good there.
Lindsay over to Sales, and she'll flip it over to Thompson. Back to the near side of Sales again. Couple of dribbles, picks it up to Lindsay. Back over to the far slot area to Gregory. Back on top to Thompson. Wow, good ball movement for the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, really
Lindsay
is.
at the top of the key, gets it to Sales. Making that zone of East Robinson move around. Lindsay, back it on top to Sanders. The sophomore gives it over to Sales. Thompson with the 3. Off the mark. Rebound. Pinballed around. And Kendall Gregory get called on the foul on the rebound. 50-9 is your score. Lady Panthers lead. Lady Panthers pull this one out. They'll give them a winning record on the season. Timeout is called on the court. We'll leave it here. And Coach, we was talking about Coach Kenyatta Perry for East Robinson Lady Indians. And for those old timers that watched NAIA basketball back in the day, Coach Perry played high school basketball in Clarksville and is 1997 graduate of David Lipscomb University. So he played back at Lipscomb when you had Lipscomb versus Belmont.
I remember
was
that,
the big thing, the Battle of the
Boulevard.
Boulevard.
Yeah.
He was a big part of that in that era. Coach Don Myers was his coach. He's the 5th all-time leading scorer for David Lipscomb. Was actually an NIA All-American his senior season, and was inducted into the Lipscomb University Hall of Fame just back here recently in 2017. All-around good guy. Has been here in this program. I believe this is his 13th season.
Yeah, I don't know.
Coaching Lady Indians basketball.
My son used to go to Don Meyer basketball camps every summer.
And they'll call jump ball. Possession hour to the Lady Panthers. 1:04 remaining here in the third. Panthers with a 41-point lead. As Coach Stein resting his starters. Mays goes baseline, steps out of bounds. They'll go over to East Robertson.
Yeah, if you go to that baseline like that, you've got to have intent. You've got to know what you're going to do if they seal it off on you.
Kelsey Gregory with the basketball for East Robertson. 32 seconds to go here in the third. Goes to the right. Players rotating to the right. Looking to go low post. Does do it. Gets it down to Lepley. Lepley misses the shot. Tries to throw it back out on front. Saved by East Robertson. 3 on the way. No good. Mays with the rebound. Into the front court. And defensive foul on East Robertson with 6 seconds to go here in the third.
Mays really gets her shoulder square off the dribble when she takes her shot. She's going to score a lot of points in her career.
Sanders will inbound to Mays. Mays over to Lindsay. Lindsay goes baseline, takes a little floater, no good. 1 second remaining, won't get another shot off. At the end of 3, Portland leads East Robertson by a score of 50-9. We'll come back for fourth quarter action. You're listening to Panther Basketball on the Portland Sports Network.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
And we're back as the Portland High School cheerleaders entertaining the visiting crowd. John, I didn't hear you. They were asking for a P and an A and some other letters, and I didn't
want to aggravate you by yelling in your ear.
Well, thank you for thinking of me.
Yeah. Hey, we're 7 for 8 at the free throw line. Told you I was going to get my numbers. I'm just getting off football here. I'll get back on this. I got some basketball games taped at home, and I'll do some color commentary while those games are going on. And I'll get your free throws on the right side of it.
East Robertson on offense to start the fourth quarter. Into the lane goes Stratton. Misses the shot, picked up by Mays. That's several rebounds for Madison Mays. Gets bumped as she goes into the lane.
Yeah, that's a deal there. If she's going to be our point guard, when it really matters, she's got to learn how to turn that ball back around and not have a bad play might happen. It didn't go against us that time, but it could easily go against us.
Inbounds to Sanders, who gave it up to Lindsay out on top. Lindsay turned around and gave it back to Mays, who was coming off a screen from Sanders, and Mays was so wide open that she lost the basketball. She, one of those, turned around and looked before she had it. So that turnover to give the ball to East Robertson. A minute gone here in the fourth. Gregory, down low, turnaround shot, no good, but there's a foul. Player Carlisle at the free throw line. Correction, that's Ava Fulton with the shot. Misses the first one. Short on the second one. Offensive rebound, East Robertson. The putback, no good. And Sanders with the rebound to Mays. East Robertson not slowing down. They're staying active on defense.
Well, we want them to because we don't want to have a cupcake of a game.
Sanders down on the Sharplet, dribbles to the lane, cuts around to the baseline, and gets held.
Yeah, she just got to work on catching and going, not worrying about the consequences. Sometimes you're going to get the ball stuffed right back down in your face. Sometimes you're not. But if you're slow at spinning, you're going to get it stuffed every time.
Inbounds, Mays dribbles into the lane, bounce pass behind her to Lindsay. Lindsay takes one dribble to the left, takes a three, off the mark. Another rebound for the Lady Indians. Under 6 to go here in the fourth. Lindsay trying to swipe the basketball. Gets up tight on Gregory when she picked up that dribble. Gregory gives it up. They try to get it back to Gregory, but Lindsay takes it away. Over to Mays. Mays takes a long three. Ooh, off the rim. And Lindsay with the rebound will get fouled.
Yeah, I'm going to give a shout out to Dawn there for her hooking the crew up with Christmas cookie. I like them. They're fantastic.
Lindsay makes that first free throw. Yeah, we could take more of those. Hint, hint. Misses the second one. Sanders with the rebound gives it back to Lindsay. He just backs up to shoot a three. That's no good, and Mays comes from nowhere, grabs the rebound, and she'll start the offense again. 5 minutes to go. Panthers up by 42 against East Robertson. Again, this is an East Robertson team that got all the way to the regional semifinals last year. 6 seniors on that team. 4 of those were starters. Only 8 showing on the roster for tonight's game. Down low to Sharklet. Sharklet tries to throw it back out on top. Gets it taken away. And a foul called on the Panthers.
Yeah, she's got to work on getting some of that meanness Josiah's got when he's playing football. Just a little bit.
Olivia Williams in for East Robertson. Gregory will inbounds to Robinson. And she tries to throw it back to Gregory as she was coming back in, but Gregory had not crossed the center line, so a backcourt violation, unforced error on East Robertson, gives the basketball back to the Lady Panthers. 3:45 to go. Portland 51, East Robertson 9.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get mad at your team when they're being outgunned, but that kind of stuff right there you can't have.
And Mays just swishes another three. Uncontested. Can't leave her open even from that distance. 54-9 is the score. Fulton for Gregory. Gregory will get fouled. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Panthers here in this 4th quarter.
I know Mays has worked on her jump shot over the summer. I know when we watched them play middle school, I was for sure impressed with her ball handling skills and the way she handled the offense, but I don't remember her shot being, it was good, but right now it's really smooth and quick.
Correction, 3rd team foul as Thompson comes in, Sales comes in, Fair comes in, and Fulton gets fouled going into the lane, and that'll send Ava Fulton to the free throw line.
These younger girls, they play hard defense for sure.
Free throw short. East Robertson boys team cheering her on this second one, giving her encouragement as the referees are discussing something. Going over to talk to Coach Stein. Whatever was said, Coach Stein said, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to sweat a whole lot right now, whatever they want to do.
So they're talking to the scorers table. I actually think Coach Stein has a couple of players that maybe weren't listed on the roster or the roster ran out of room. And so they're discussing the situation. Me guessing.
You're a good guesser.
By the
but
way,
I
David's looking at it.
I can tell you the coach, I would think, would not have a big deal about it, but obviously somebody has a big deal.
So they're calling a technical foul on the Lady Panthers. And one day we may get clarification. John, run down there and see what was going on.
I will, right after Coach Stein comes out with a full court press.
Oh, gosh.
I think my thing is just whoever had a problem with it. You know, it's
Fulton makes her second shot, and now Gregory will come up for the technical free throws. She makes the first one.
Wait, they're going to double their scoring here on this one technical foul.
And now East Robertson's in double digits. And that's good. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Mays will come in and Fair will take a seat. I really got to wonder if that was it, because we had a couple on us that we didn't have on my sheet.
That would be the only thing that would make
I had to go
sense.
back and kind of look at the completed roster from earlier in the season to make sure I had the names right, because I didn't have the numbers matched up very well. So Panthers up 54-12, and yes, they're in a half-court press, stolen by Thompson, taken away, deflected, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Panthers. Mays with 1:45 to go. Deflected pass. Picked up by Thompson. Mays back out on front. Over to her left. To Gregory. Gregory to Thompson. Thompson was swinging around to the near side for Sales. Sales almost dragged her foot. Able to get the pass off to Mays before the whistle was blown. And Kendall Gregory with the basketball. And gets fouled from behind. 1:17 to go. Lady Panthers 54, East Robertson 12. I think that's 42 difference. And Kendall Gregory will take a seat to a round of applause. I think you can say she's the best player, and basically she's the only one that's back that played last year.
Yeah, she's not a bad ball player, but it's hard to go 5-on-1.
Mays to Gregory. 43 seconds to go. 3-man weave. Out on top. Mays swings it around to the top of the key. Over to Gregory. Baseline. Bounce pass to the far corner. Sales gives it back out on top to Thompson. 30 seconds to go. Mays to Sales. Gregory's going to take one from mid-range. No good. And it goes off the hands of a Panther as it goes out of bounds. So 16 seconds to go. East Robertson trying to get one more shot off before the end of the game. Over to the left-hand side. And Stratton with a shot. 5 seconds to go that goes in. And the Panthers are not going to try to match it. Buzzer will sound. And that's it for tonight's game for the Lady Panthers as they come in and defeat East Robertson by a final score of 54-14. And John, though, I didn't see what we was afraid of. Sometimes it gets sloppy when the score gets like that. And they pretty much, they ran the offense, especially when he put those in the second half. And I thought they did a good job of just playing as if you're only up by 10, not up by 40.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. They did a good job of, once or twice maybe we ran kind of crazy, but not bad. Everything had a purpose. Everything. If we could do a fast break, we did it. If we had to set it up, we would set it up. But I thought it was a clean game. I was proud of the way the girls played.
All right, we're going to take a short break, and John will bring it back, and he'll have the stats and some comments from him as you're listening to Lady Panther Basketball on the Portland Sports Network.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3. Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Welcome back, Portland sports fans. We're here at East Robb High School. The Lady Panthers just defeated East Robertson 54-14. A very well-played game by not just our starters, but all of our players. Our subs came in and looked really clean. So good deal with the Panthers. I'm going to go over scoring. Nylock Paul, 14. Vorchek Moot, 10. Kieva Bradley, 8. Addison McKelvey, 7. Story Russell, 3. Madison May, 6. Abby Saunders, 3. Kendall Gregory, 2. We were 7 for 8 at the free throw line. Other stats, rebound, Mays had 5. Paul had 8. Moot had 2. Bradley had 1. Sells had 1. Lindsay had 2. Sanders had 2. Gregory 2. Sharklet 1. Steels Russell 2. Mays 1. McKelvey 1. Paul 4. Moot 1. Bradley 1. Sharklet 2. Thompson 1. Block shots, McKelvey with 1. Paul with 1. Assists, Story Russell 2. Mays with 1. Paul with 1. Moot with 1. Bradley with 1. Lindsay with 1. Gregory with 2. Sharklet with 1. Total turnovers for the game, 8, which isn't bad considering we went so deep on the bench. So really proud of the Lady Panthers here. For East Robb, Fulton had 1. Gregory had 5. Lempley had 2. Stratton had 7. They were 6 for 11 at the free throw line. So, like I said, really good game. Panthers played strong, played hard, took care of business. Everybody contributed to the win. So it's a good win for us. We're now 5-4 on the season. So, Kyle, what do you think?
I thought it was a good game. Again, they didn't get loose. They didn't get sloppy. That's the one thing you worry about. We knew East Robertson had a young team, an inexperienced team. So it was kind of expected that this could get out of hand early. But those are kind of the games that you end up taking a backward step instead of going forward. And I think the girls done a good job. Coach Stein kept them focused. They did what they're supposed to do and came out with a win. Girls will travel to Hopkinsville Thursday night as they'll take on the Christian County Colonels. Our next broadcast will actually be Friday night, coming back home against Joburn Red Devils. Pregame will start at 5:50 p.m. The tip-off at 6 o'clock p.m. We're going to have a short break as we watch the boys come out in their candy stripe warm-ups. And we'll get set for the boys game coming up. You're listening to Panther Basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
Inside David Colley Gymnasium, looking down onto Melvin Sharklet Court, we're at East Robertson High School. All are getting set for the annual clash between the Panthers and the Indians. First, let's celebrate Friday night's win against Gallatin, which was a Panther victory by a score of 56-52. Panthers almost let one get away as Coach Ferg's team had a double-digit lead late in the third. The Gallatin came roaring back in the last quarter thanks to 6 turnovers by the home team, and more importantly, 8 of 18 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter alone. And John, 13 of 29 for the game from the stripe. It almost cost them one.
Yeah, and you know how I am about free throws. Free throws are free. You know, the only person to keep you from being able to score is you know, I don't want to throw anybody on the bus, but it's just, you got to get in the gym and you got to shoot. And that's the kind of things that you go later, you know, after practice is over.
Right.
And once everybody heads out of the gym, you ask coach if you can hang around, you know, get him to show you how to turn the lights out. You know, even try to show up on the weekend. Go find your goal somewhere, and it just you gotta make your free throws. Like I said, that's the one part of the game that you can't blame a better defender or anything like that of you not doing it. It's basically you and the goal and the ball. So you got to be able to you got to do better than that. We're going to lose some big games if we don't hit them better.
And catching you off guard, what is it? What's a drill that you used to run with your son to learn to shoot free throws in the fourth quarter?
Well, it wasn't hard. What I did is basically I grabbed the basketball and I threw it all the way down on the other side of the court, and I made him sprint to go get it. And then when he sprinted to go get it, he power dribbled all the way up to about the half court line. Then I blew a whistle and said foul, and then I put him on the line. And we just did that over and over. I tried to wear him down as much as I possibly could. And then near the end of when we did those kind of things, we actually had a competition to see how much he could hit in a row. But, you know, that shooting in a row kind of thing, I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of pointless because how many times are you going to get on the free throw line and have 50 shots in a row? So sometimes that's
That'd be a lot of technical fouls, wouldn't it?
It would. Sometimes that kind of drill is counterproductive. I've seen it's the same thing in baseball when you get a coach that they get up there and they bunt, and then, you know, the coach will say, hey, you got to get 50 bunts down today, you know, during practice and stuff. Well, bunting the ball 50 times in a row doesn't do you any good at all. It's situational kind of thing. You got to come out of some type of play, some kind of environment that you got to actually be in pressure to do it. And that's the same thing with free throws. But I think about those days often. It was some good time in his life, him growing up and, you know, us working on his game, but actually getting a bond as a dad and son. And nowadays, there's a lot of people, they want to pay for all this lessons and, you know, baseball lessons. There's a lot of money grab going on out there. But, you know, taking your kid to go shoot free throws doesn't cost a penny. You just got to find a place to go do it. And when you do it, that kind of bonding comes in. If you want to, you know, go over technique, whoever he's playing for at the time should have a free throw technique that he wants. I like your legs spread shoulder wide, even. I'm real big on making sure you bend your knees as you come up and shoot. But there's a lot of variations of it. But if your kid's playing ball for someone, they can tell them how to shoot. It's just a matter of you getting out there and working on it. And it's just something that's a major importance. And I don't care how many points you score during your career. If you can't step up to the line late in the game and hit the free throws and help your team win the ball game, those points don't mean anything. You've got to hit them late because it's all going to balance out. No matter how many you score late in the game, there's going to be times that it's a tie ball game or you're in front and you got to stay in front. And the way you stay in front is the team's going to foul you, hoping you'll miss, and you got to hit those shots. So it's just a major part of the game that, you know, nobody's in front of you and they go, you.
Keelan Dalton had 18 points, 8 rebounds in that game against Gallatin. Quentin Totten, 12 points, 8 rebounds. Tristan Calvert with 11 points. Evan Ferguson had 3 steals in that game. And that puts the Panthers at 5-3 early on in the season. That is the first time that the Portland High School boys basketball team has swept both Hendersonville and Gallatin in the same season, as they went 2-0 against the Green Wave and 2-0 against the Commandos. Coming in tonight, though, they'll be facing the East Robertson Indians, who are 2-2 on the season. Wins against Gordonsville and McEwen, and losses against White House and White House Heritage. Coach Kurt Catan, in his 8th season, took this team to the state championship in 2023, but they have struggled in the last 2 years. Let's hope they don't find their rhythm tonight, as the Panther boys are on a 2-game win streak. A short break. We'll be back for starting lineups and tip-off. This is Panther Basketball.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Starting lineup for tonight's game, starting with the East Robertson Indians, again at 2-2, coached by Kurt Catan. We'll have 3 seniors in that starting lineup: Jalen Bass, Mac Jepson, Brogan Mann, Luke Hall, and Jake Hall. For your Portland Panthers, Coach John Ferguson, in his 4th season, 5-3. He'll have 4 seniors and a junior. Starting off with Evan Ferguson, 7.5 points per game. Quentin Totten, senior guard, averaging almost 8 points per game, shooting 74% from the free throw line. Guard Nate Honeycutt, 8.3 points per game, 3 rebounds a game. Senior guard Tristan Calvert, 11 points per game and almost 4 rebounds. And senior forward Keelan Dalton, 12.5 points per game, 8.9 rebounds per game, shooting 56% from the field. And John, I almost feel like we have to mention Evan Brown, the senior in the starting lineup, because he's that 6th man off the bench, brings that energy, and does some damage on his own statistically.
Yeah, you got to put him there. He's major. I mean, if Evan doesn't play his brand of ball, we're not going to go where we need to go this year. His shots don't always fall for him. I think that kind of has got him in a little bit of a funk mentally. But he just got to push that out of the way, because I think the thing he brings to the team more than anything is his defense and his getting after balls and taking charges and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. And coming into tonight's game, again, East Robertson boys are kind of in a rebuild mode, like that girls team was. But you got to think, if they just come out, play Panther basketball, play that scrappy defense, and don't have those turnovers and make some free throws, they should be right in it here at the end of this basketball game.
Yep, I agree with you.
We're going to take one more timeout. We'll come right back. It'll be tip-off time here on Panther Basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
I'm Nate Honeycutt.
I'm Quinte Titan.
I'm Keelan Dalton.
I'm Evan Brown.
I'm Tristan Calvert.
This is Coach John Ferguson. It's time for Panther Basketball.
And we're getting set for tip-off here. East Robertson High School, which are Portland Panthers headed up against the East Robertson Indians.
Hey, I really like that intro there. That's pretty cool. You did good.
And it'll be Keelan Dalton going up against Mac Jepson. And Jepson may have the height on the senior.
Yeah, he may, but Keelan's going to win the tip.
We want to thank everyone for supporting Panther basketball wherever you're listening in on and however you're listening. We thank you for that. As the ball up in the air, Dalton easily wins the tip, and Calvert tracks it down. Right to left is how the Panthers will be going here to start the first half. East Robertson in a 2-3 zone on the defense. Ferguson will take a screen over to the far side. Calvert back to Totten in the corner. Bounce pass to Dalton, who's immediately double teamed. He has to give it up. Calvert to back it up. And they'll start it over again. As Honeycutt and Totten change positions, Honeycutt will take a three from the wing, and it's good. Uh-oh. If Nate Honeycutt gets hot, this may be a long night for East Robertson. Honeycutt shooting 23% from three, makes that one there to get the first points on the board. Steal by Ferguson. Passes it up ahead to Honeycutt. Blocked from behind. Great recovery by the Indians as Bass will step back as he didn't have the numbers. Man-to-man defense for the Panthers wearing their black uniforms with white trim, purple letterings and numberings inside that white trim. Got to kind of pay attention. Bass being guarded by Totten. Loses them. Totten recovers. Back over the man who misses a three straight away. Long rebound goes to Dalton. Up ahead to Totten. Calvert. Back to Totten. One-handed throw over to Ferguson for a long three. In there. 2 for 2. The Panthers from behind the line. 6-0 early on in this game against East Robertson. Hall to Jake Hall. Back to Luke Hall. Pay attention, everybody. Over in the corner is Hall being guarded by Calvert. Goes baseline. Gets cut off by Honeycutt. Has to pass it off. Gives it over to man who's rejected. Picked up by Totten. Totten meanders through the defense. Gives it to Ferguson for 1 from 3. A little off. The putback by Dalton. He gets fouled.
Yeah, it was a pass. Keelan with a good rebound and go up strong. That's what you need there. Get on the line if you can't make the shot.
Dalton with 2. Makes the first one. Keelan shooting 65% from the free throw line. 54% for the season from the free throw line. But he makes both of those. 8-0 is your score. Panthers jumping out early. A little over 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Dribble handoff to Jepson. Over to Hall. Out on top to Bass. Fakes one way. Goes to the elbow. Takes a shot. It's good. Lost his defender. Had the uncontested 15-footer. And Bass makes the first basket for East Robertson. Jump stop in the lane for Dalton.
Yeah.
And they're going to call held ball.
If she says so. I
Thought that was a foul. Misread it.
Maybe you didn't misread it.
Anyway, a steal by Dalton, and we'll see if this counts as two. Two-handed miss. And East Robertson comes back the other direction. Bass. Wiggle room into the paint, over to Hall, back over in the corner, 3 on the way. No good. High up off the glass is Quentin Totten. Totten improving and becoming more of a factor each game as Calvert takes his 3, and that one goes in. Something about the rims in this gym, all of a sudden the Panthers shooting 28% from 3 on the season, or 3 or 4 already tonight. And they have a 9-point lead, up 11-2. Bass with a little sidestep. Gets rejected by Dalton, but gets his own rebound. Taken away by Calvert. 2-on-2. Calvert's going to keep it. Misses the shot, but gets his own rebound. Throws it out to Totten. Great recovery by the Panthers. Deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the purple and white.
Interesting point here. Keelan's dad grew up here in East Rob, played in this gym Many times he played back in 2000, 2001, 2002 era.
Right. Calvert calling the offensive set as Ferguson comes up to the free throw line, over to Honeycutt, cross court to Totten, pump fakes inside the three, takes his shot, misses it. There's a foul on the rebound, and it'll be against East Robertson. And that's against Luke O'Brien, the junior who just came into the game. Baseline's out of bounds play for the Panthers, gets lobbed out on front to Ferguson. And a little 2-foot throw to Honeycutt, back to Ferguson. He wants another three. Goes into the lane, tries to take the shot off the mark. Dalton gets the rebound behind his back layup. And Dalton, with his first basket of the night, has 4 points, 13-2. Luke Hall takes a three in front of Honeycutt and is off the mark, but the offensive rebound and putback by East Robertson as Jake Hall gets the trash. It's 13-4.
Yeah, we got to do a better job of blocking out right there.
3.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Dalton, underhand throw to Calvert, who turns around, takes a three in front of the rim, rebound by Honeycutt. He quickly picks it up and takes his shot. No good. Calvert tracks it down over to Ferguson, who takes one from 30 feet. Off the rim, almost a putback slam by Honeycutt, but couldn't get it to go in. Bass for East Robertson. Catches Hall cutting through the lane. Hall gets it over to Jetson at the baseline. The short porch almost turns it over back to Bass for the mid-range. Off the mark, Dalton, again, another rebound. If there's a Panther going up for a rebound, you might as well get ready to say Dalton or Totten, because that's who it's going to be. As Dalton comes down the lane, gets fouled, will it be before the shot? Yes, it will. And that's the third team foul on East Robertson. With 2:44 to go in the first, Panthers up by 9.
Yeah, I like the way Keelan decided there. Hey, we missed a couple threes in a row. Why don't we take something to the hole? Either get an easy bucket or get a foul. He did a great job there.
Calvert almost had Ferguson cutting down in the lane on that inbounds pass, but he gets it to Dalton. Dalton goes around 2 defenders, but misses the shot. He was a little leaning sideways. The Bass goes on the other direction for the layup. Fast break opportunity for Jalen Bass, and he takes advantage of it. He has 4 points on the night. It's 13-6. Panthers 2.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Calvert gets his pass deflected by Mann. Mann tries to take it the other direction. A shot is affected by Totten. He misses it. Picked up by Ferguson. Throws up ahead to Calvert. Recovery by East Robertson has Calvert bringing it back out. Totten will start it over. Catches it to Honeycutt at the free throw line. He gives it back to Totten. He looked at the three. Throws it over to Ferguson. Ferguson takes a couple of dribbles baseline up and a bank shot off the front. Nice one-handed shot by Evan Ferguson.
Yeah, he did a great job of driving the baseline. I think the bank shot was key. If he was going to get hit, it was going to go in that way for sure.
1:45 to go. Offensive foul on the moving screen against East Robertson. Luke Hall, and that's the 4th team foul on East Robertson, and that's Hall's 2nd personal foul. As Elijah Sidnor and Evan Brown come into the game. Ferguson and Totten will take a breather, presumably for the rest of the quarter, as there's 1:40 to go. 15-6, Panthers lead. Sidnor catches Calvert going down the lane. Calvert pump fakes, makes the shot.
It's a nice pass.
Timeout is called by East Robertson. You can watch many Portland High School sports games and matches live on the NFHS network, the leader in streaming live and on-demand high school sports. For a small monthly subscription fee, you can watch PHS basketball, football, volleyball, and wrestling. Go to nfhsnetwork.com for more details or download the NFHS Network mobile app. 17-6, your Panthers have that double-digit lead on top of East Robertson.
That just means one thing. Work harder.
As East Robertson with possession of the basketball. Panthers on a man-to-man. Won't pick it up early. Bass gets around his defender down the lane, but misses the layup. Good move, gets nothing out of it. And a foul at the other end of the court against Honeycutt.
Yeah, I think Honeycutt affected that shot a little bit. I don't know if he got a piece of it or just made him change up what he was wanting to do.
Foul was actually against East Robertson as they were battling for the basketball, and that's the 5th team foul, so that will put Honeycutt to the free throw line. I will pay more attention next time. Honeycutt rolls in there. 65% from the free throw line, Nate Honeycutt, far below his average from last year, so he's looking to get a streak going. And that's the way to start it, as it goes 2 for 2. And he has 5 on the night, 1:10 to go here in the first. Panthers now with a 13-point lead. Bass, guarded by Sidnor. Into the game, Kalai Prince for East Robertson as he makes a move into the paint. Throws it over to Hall. Shot on the way. In there. Give that one to Bryce Fulton as he had a hand in the face. 38 seconds to go. Calvert with Will Caudle at the free throw line, who's come into the game. And he steps out for the screen, rolls to the basket. Calvert can't get it to him. Calvert started over, 18 seconds to go. Calvert backing up very near to that center court line. Gets around Bass, goes into the lane. Dribble dues, takes a shot, misses it. Picked up East Robertson with 6 seconds to go. O'Brien gives it to Bass. 2 seconds to go. Bryan doesn't see the shots, and East Robertson doesn't get it off, as East Robertson wasn't aware of how much time was left, so they did not get a shot off at the end of 1. It's Portland 19, East Robertson 8. This is Panther Basketball on the Portland Sports Network.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Start of the second quarter, Panthers with an 11-point margin against East Robertson. 3 players with 5 points each in that first quarter: Tristan Calvert, Evan Ferguson, Nate Honeycutt. All 3 of those made a 3 in the early going of the game. To start for the second quarter will be Honeycutt, Calvert, Caudle, Brown, and Sidnor. And Panthers will have possession to start the second 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Caudle plays. He had some really quality minutes the last game, so it's going to be interesting if he gets better, builds on it or not.
Caudle gets up for the screen on Calvert. Calvert goes around it, then passes off to the corner to Brown. Brown goes into the lane. And they're called traveling. Turnover will give it to East Robertson. Dribble handoff for East Robertson. Into the lane, back off in the corner. Shot on the way and makes it. Luke O'Brien makes a 3 from the corner. East Robertson strikes first here in the second quarter. Calvert bounced pass to the far corner to Honeycutt. And they'll say his foot was on the line when he received the pass. Way over there on the far boundary.
Yeah, I have no way I can tell from here.
2 unforced errors for the Panthers on 2 possessions. 19-11. Panthers with an 8-point lead. East Robertson throws the ball out of bounds as Bass was cutting to the basket. O'Brien wasn't ready for it. So the Panthers will get the ball back. A minute gone here in the second. Caudle with the pass over to Brown, takes a 3. No good. Sidnor with the rebound, and he'll give it back to Caudle. Caudle looked at that three. He's going to take a few dribbles towards the baseline and dribble it back out. One-handed throw to Honeycutt. Honeycutt says, we're running the brain play. Or is that the head play? Or is that the thinking play? Whatever it is, it gives the ball to Brown on the baseline, takes a sidestep, but they'll say defensive foul on Bass as he was moving as Brown was coming into the lane. Before the shot, Evan Ferguson, Quentin Totten, Keelan Dalton into the game. Out goes Caudle, Calvert, and Honeycutt.
Yeah, I was afraid they were going to call a walk. Nice play.
Lob into Totten, but he's unable to make the little alley-oop layup. East Robertson in possession, trying to cut into this 8-point deficit. Dribble handoff to Mann. Mann gets it to O'Brien. O'Brien loses his defender, but picks up his dribble. Dalton has him down there in the baseline, gives it out to Bass out on front and misses the three. Long rebound eventually goes to Totten. Totten to Ferguson. Open three in there. Evan Ferguson, 8 points on the night. That's his second three. Doubles up on East Robertson. Is now 22-11. Under 6 to go here in the first half. Mann to O'Brien, being guarded by Dalton. And they'll say Dalton was just a little too close to him. And they'll call the personal foul on number 23 as the senior gets the first team foul on the Panthers here in the second quarter.
Yeah, sometimes you just never know how much shoving and pushing they're going to allow till you get it going.
Mac Jepson and Jake Hall in for the Indians. And they will inbound from the near sideline. O'Brien to Jepson. Back to O'Brien. Being guarded by Brown. O'Brien gets it over to Mann, who swings it to the far corner. Stolen by Dalton. Nobody in front of him. Two-handed slam. That one goes in.
You know, hats off to Keelan, too. I mean, I'm not a dunking machine, but I can imagine when you miss a dunk, sometimes you're going to be a little hesitant, right? You don't want to miss two. He keeps coming at you. He ain't afraid.
East Robertson in trouble. Gets it off to the corner. Misses the three. Ball is tipped out by East Robertson. It'll go over to Portland. 24-11 is your score. Keelan with 6 points on the night. Calvert in. Honeycutt in. Out goes Sidnor. And Evan Brown will take a breather.
Yeah, I remember one of the first dunks I remember Corey doing was we were down playing MLK, and he about went right through the backboard. Pulling up. And it was a beautiful dunk, but he just didn't stop in time. But luckily he was athletic enough not to kill himself.
Totten out up to Honeycutt. I remember the first dunk I did. I'll tell you about it shortly, if you remind me.
I will.
Honeycutt bounce pass to Totten at the elbow. Over to Calvert. Calvert looking for a screen. Dalton gives it to him, but then Calvert goes opposite direction. Lobs it over to Ferguson and fakes the three. Couple of dribbles. Gets it taken away. Jake Hall has no one around him. What recovery by the Panthers. Both Ferguson and Honeycutt called up to Hall. Misses the shot, but he got his own rebound and put it back in. Now Calvert up the other direction. Catches East Robertson off of their defense, and he gets a layup.
Yeah, you know how I feel about those shots right there. That's game winners there, because when your outside shot doesn't fall, you got to be able to go downhill, and Tristan's proved really good at it.
26-13, Portland leads halfway through the second quarter. Corner three by O'Brien rolls in. And East Robertson staying within striking distance. That's the second three for O'Brien. Dalton gets it down low, and he gets fouled on the shot.
Nice feed by Tristan.
He just powers his way in there.
Keelan, yeah, he's a strong kid. Or young man, excuse me.
Almost the only way to defend it is to make sure he doesn't get the entry pass.
Yeah. And that's hard to do as athletic as he is.
Keelan makes that first free throw.
Shout out to Gandy. I know she's home listening right now.
And Keelan's 2 for 2. Actually, 4 for 4. 28-16 is your score. Keelan has 8 here in the first half. High scoring game for the Panthers so far as Groves goes into the lane, takes a fadeaway jumper off the mark. Dalton with the rebound, throws it up ahead to Honeycutt. And Honeycutt tries the left-handed layup, doesn't go in. Calvert gets the rebound, and the putback is good.
Yeah, I don't know if Nate was going to try to go for a little dunk there, and it got loose on him. I'm not sure.
So the first dunk I had, it took me 2 weeks to convince Mike Meadows to lower that goal from 9 foot to 8 foot in his backyard. Once he did, I was unstoppable.
That would have been fun to watch, let me just tell you.
3 on the way by East Robertson is good. Jake Hall with his first 3 of the night. He has 7 for the game. 30-19 is the score. Calvert almost loses it, gets it back over to Dalton at the free throw line. Hook shot over to Totten. Back over to Ferguson. Ferguson looks at the 3 every time he gets the pass. Totten misses the 3. Swiped away by Dalton, but picked up by East Robertson. 2:25 to go here in the first half. Panthers lead by 11. Handoff to Mann. East Robertson coming off 2 straight losses. Panthers have 2 straight wins. Stuck in the middle is O'Brien. He had 3 Panthers around him. Finally, Ferguson gets it away from him. And he hands it off to Totten, back to Ferguson, over to Honeycutt, who takes the one from 20 feet. No good. Rebound, under 2 to go. East Robertson trying to make it a single-digit lead for the Panthers. Give and go. Hall down the lane, misses it. Calvert up ahead, going up against Groves. Nice little shot, doesn't go in. And it's back to Mann. Up and down here for the last minute and a half. Groves takes one from the elbow. Off the mark. Calvert gets the rebound. Throws it over to Totten to the far side. Timeout is called by Coach John Ferguson. Thank goodness, because I needed a breather. So we're going to take 30 seconds, and we'll be right back to Panther basketball.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Touchdown! Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
30-19 is the score for the Panthers with 1:28 to go. 30-second timeout by Coach John Ferguson. Got to wonder if that's what he's wanting to do. He wants to push the ball. He wants speed, but then he kind of wants it controlled too.
Yeah, I think the one thing he wants to do probably, we'll see here, is work the ball a little bit more, see if we get some backdoor cuts.
Honeycutt flashes into the lane, gets the pass, goes over to Dalton, who goes baseline slam again. All you could do there was just get out of the way. Makes it a 32-19 lead. Keelan Dalton playing above the rim tonight. Calvert just took it away from the offensive player of East Robertson, takes it to the other end. No look pass to Totten. He'll take a 3. No good. Hall with the rebound over to O'Brien. 44 seconds remaining.
So maybe it was just on that one play.
Hand off to Jake Hall. Mac Jepson with the basketball, and then he'll hand it off to Bryce Fulton. Fulton guarded loosely by Ferguson out there in the logo area. Groves over to Fulton. Turnover on the entry pass. Dalton takes it right away from him. 15 seconds. Panthers are going to hold for the last shot. Calvert will set the play. 9 seconds. Take a screen from Dalton. 5 seconds. Backs up. Takes the 3. It's good. No time for East Robertson to get a shot off. Calvert makes a 3 with 3 seconds to go at the half. It's Portland 35. East Robertson 19. We'll be right back. You're listening to Panther Basketball.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Welcome back, Portland Panther fans. We're at East Robb High School, where your Portland Panther men's basketball team is leading East Robertson 35-19. I'm going to go over scoring for the first half. Tristan Calvert with 12, Keelan Dalton with 10, Nate Honeycutt with 5, Evan Ferguson with 8, or 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Tristan Calvert, 7 rebounds, Evan Ferguson 1, Nate Honeycutt 2, Quentin Totten 2, Keelan Dalton 5, Sentnor with 1, Steals Calvert with 2, Ferguson with 1, Dalton with 3, block shots Honeycutt 1, Totten 1, Dalton 1, assists Honeycutt 1, Totten 4, Sentnor 1, turnovers we've got 4 total, so not a bad first half at all for us. East Robb scoring, Bass with 4, Jake Hall with 7, O'Brien with 6, Fulton with 2, and they haven't had any free throws, so that's interesting. So, Kyle, what do you think?
Only 4 players for the Panthers have scored tonight, and Quentin Totten not on the score sheet as far as that goes. So, kind of interesting to see that fact. Quentin had been, of course, Quentin's doing it everywhere. He's doing it defensively tonight.
Yeah, he's getting he's assists. He's doing a lot of things for us. The big thing is your players, your good players, they got to understand that it ain't all about, your scoring. It's about other parts that you get the team to help win.
And I will say this, as I should have said this coming out, if you would like to become a sponsor for Portland Sports Network, please contact the Portland Quarterback Club to get all of your information. What else can they do, John?
They can call me if they want to.
They can leave comments on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Again, if you would like to sponsor and be heard during all the basketball games this year, you can do that, and we'll set you up just right. If need be, for the right amount, we'll just have John do the promo himself.
Yeah, if that's what you want, I'm pretty sure you won't want it.
Would we charge more for that or charge less for that?
I don't know.
That may be a discounted fee.
Yeah, well, my wife might do it, and you definitely want to charge more for that voice.
Especially if she does the weather.
She's really good at it. I'm not that good at it. I never claimed to be all that good at reading little commercial clips. But, hey, we've got a professional guy in town that will do it. There's a lot of ways to get it done. You're going to be happy with your ads. And the big thing with this network is, obviously it would be nice to be able to pay for the equipment and keep it upgraded and make sure we have reliable stuff. But the whole deal is not a money-making venture, so to speak. Nobody is going to get rich off of it. That's not the intent. The intent is to pay for some expenses on people who are putting in the time. And, there's also, if there's some money left over, we even talk about offering a scholarship to a high school student that might be wanting to do broadcasting or something. So, don't be worried about putting the money in and thinking you're going to fill someone's pockets to the brim and they're going to vacation down in St. Croix every month. That's not what's happening here. St. Croix's an okay place. You looked at me like you wouldn't want to go vacation there. But I mean,
I wasn't expecting that.
I think it's important. I mean, this is a community-driven radio station here, or not a radio station, but a broadcasting deal, and I just want people to know that the intent isn't to make anybody rich. The intent is to make sure we give you good quality broadcasts of the athletics in Portland, and we're going to do the Strawberry Parade next year. See, it's a lot of things about Portland, so just know that that's what it is. Our books are open. You can look at them whenever you want to.
We're still trying to get some people to make sure. I still think there's people out there that don't know how to connect. So in the next 2 weeks, we're going to be working on a lot of that, trying to put some stuff on Facebook, trying to do some how-to videos and things like that, and make sure that the word is getting out on the different methods.
Well, what we need
it's a big change.
Yeah.
It's a big change. It's scary change.
Yes, for sure. And what we need to do is make sure that people who know us now go to our link, and on the right side, it actually has the link not to one of these broadcasts, but to our channel. And if you can get that, then you come to our channel automatically. You can look at old stuff that we've broadcasted, but you can look at anything new. And when you get to the channel, then you can subscribe to it, and then it alerts you every time that we've got something going on. So I think, the people, I was going to get back with Dawn and see if she could do that on her website. We obviously got to get the high school website clicked right. And like I mentioned, Brian Berry's working with me now at getting us a website. And a lot of people go, well, if you can't get to YouTube, how can you get to web? Well, a lot of people in my age kind of thing, the website was the first thing we ever ran into. That's the thing that most people, I would say 50 or over know.
As far as the new technology.
Right,
yeah.
Where if you just tell them go to portlandsportsnetwork.com, they can do that. They've done that. They've got to go to the web to pay their bills a lot of time. A lot of older people, they don't do apps to pay their bills. They still go to the web. I pay my bills, via Google on my website. So if we can get that channel, that website up and going, then you just go to that website. You pay your CEMC bill on the website, then you just jump over to here and you type it in and you click it. And it's so much easier. But, Brian, he kind of showed me a preliminary the other day. We paid for the couple dollars that you've got to pay to own that. So we own portlandsportsnetwork.com. That's ours now. We just got to get it worked out on that site to get it where it's easily got. And I think that's going to really help a whole lot.
Good point. One last break before the start of the second half, and we'll take it right here as you're listening to Panther Basketball here on the Portland Sports Network.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
35-19 is your score. Running out to the end of the halftime intermission. Tune in to Portland Sports Saturday this weekend at 9 o'clock a.m., where our special guest this go-around is Portland High School cross country. I know we had 3 that went to the state championships recently, so looking forward to getting to talk to them. Where did we say that was at? Memphis? It was way far away. It was cross country to get there.
Yeah, it's cross country to go. I think it was in Memphis. I don't know. It used to always be down in Nashville, but Percy Warner
Well, that
Park.
made no sense to make it in the middle of the state. That's silly.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead and go one
that's
end or the
totally
other.
true.
Teams getting set. We're going to flip the court. Panthers will play defense on the left-hand side now. And they'll start Totten, Ferguson, Honeycutt, Calvert, and Dalton. That 3 by Calvert right before the halftime buzzer. Huge as a momentum changer. Gives us that 16-point lead to start off the second half. Motion offense for East Robertson. Back up, fadeaway shot for Luke Hall is good as he scores first for East Robertson here in the second half. 35-21 Panthers lead. Calvert guarded by Bass. Bounce pass over to Ferguson coming out. Trying to go down low. Does get the entry pass to Dalton. Spin move in the lane, but he'll throw it out to Taunton. Swing around to Ferguson. Front away 3. No good. Bass with the rebound. East Robertson will push it forward. And back it up. Just starting here in the second half. Tipped away by the Panthers. Ferguson comes up with it behind the back, gets around his defender. He'll hand it off to Calvert. And yes, backcourt violation as Calvert had not got across the midcourt line when the ball was passed back to him.
Only Huddle will tell us if that's right or not.
Angles. So free possession for East Robertson. Jepson throws it out on top of the Hall. Hall gives it to Bass. Bass takes an uncontested 3, and it's good. Jalen Bass makes it an 11-point lead for the Panthers. Calvert goes around a Honeycutt screen. Honeycutt pops out, takes the pass. He'll go towards the corner, gives it up to Totten. Totten dribbling over to Calvert. Calvert takes the screen, middle of the lane, backs it up, takes an 18-footer, no good. Chased down by East Robertson. Goes out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Panthers. 6:20 to go here in the third. Panthers up by 11. Calvert throwing it into Totten at the three-point area. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson gives it to Calvert. Gives it to Totten, who got open off the screen, but he's going to go down the lane, tries to take a shot. It's no good. Gets his own rebound. Pump fakes on the pushback. He get fouled on the floor. Baseline's out of bounds play.
Yeah, I liked him going down hard there. He did a good job. Got blocked. It happens. But he fought hard and got the rebound.
Calvert throws it out front to Totten. Wide open 3. In and out. Picked up by Hall. East Robertson with the basketball. 2 minutes gone here in the third. Bass stops short of the 3. Takes his shot. 2 in a row for Jalen Bass from behind the arc. Makes it 35-27. East Robertson has battled back to a single-digit deficit. Panthers have yet to score here in the second half. 5:42 to go. Honeycutt trying to change that. Can't do it. East Robertson again with the basketball, trying to cut it to a 2-possession game. Bass tries to get around Totten. He gets knocked out from behind.
Yeah, I think on that shot, you kind of pay attention to the flow of the game, and them on an 8-0 run. It needs to be a higher percentage shot than that.
Inbounds for East Robertson into the lane, loses possession, but Bass picks it up, goes down the lane, misses the shot. The putback is no good, but a foul is called on the Panthers.
Yeah, that time down, they killed us on the offensive glass. We got to get some bodies in there and block out.
Luke Hall will go to the free throw line. And the lefty makes the first one. And that was good. 2 extra points for East Robertson. Now makes it 35-29. This has gotten tight in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. East Robertson on a 10-0 run to start the second half. Dalton at the top of the key tries to bounce pass it to Totten going down the lane, and they're going to say it went off East Robertson, so to stay with the Panthers. That was a
Not
tough
a good
pass
pass
for Totten to handle.
Yeah, it was down on his feet. You can't bend down when you're breaking to the goal and catch it on your feet.
Calvert can't get anyone curling around. Finally, Dalton backs up and takes the lob out of the three-point area. Ferguson over to the far side to Honeycutt. Down the lane goes Totten, misses the shot. That was a good set play from the out-of-bounds area.
I thought he got fouled, to be honest with you.
Bass over to Jepson. Pump fake. He gives it back up to Bass. Bass going to back it up. 16-point lead has dwindled down to 6 for the Panthers. As East Robertson has all the momentum right now. 4:30 to go. Bass being guarded by Ferguson. Gives it up to Jepson. Hall comes out to the top of the key. Picks up the basketball. Back over to Mann. Deflected by Calvert. Picked up by Hall. Bass with another three. That one doesn't go in. Chased down by Calvert, and he'll keep it. Pushed it up ahead to Honeycutt. Back over to Ferguson from the corner three. No good. In and out for number 3. East Robertson with the basketball, down 35-29. Halfway mark of the third quarter. Hall to Jake Hall. Back door goes Bass. Panthers recovered it well. Steps out, goes Luke Hall, but misses the three. Offensive rebound for East Robertson. And they'll get another possession. Brogan man to the baseline, and he makes the little floater. Timeout is called by John Ferguson, a 30-second timeout. The score is now Panthers 35, East Robertson 31. 3:33 to go here in the third, John. We haven't scored this whole second half.
No, 12-0 run out of the break.
And going in with such momentum, we've come out kind of flat. And sometimes that's hard to turn back on.
Well, it's not hard to turn back on. Put the ball on the floor and go to the hole. Get you some contact going on, get some fouls created, get some easy buckets, get some free throws in there. Quit settling for a three-point shot. They'll come later. You can shoot them now, shoot them later. You can rotate, when they're hot or not, but I think we've been settling a little bit. And you got to watch how the game's going. And when the home team starts making a run, you got to try to get to the free throw line by going downhill or getting some easy buckets, one or the other.
Probably doesn't hurt to have Avery Hughes, who is now considered one of the assistants, helping out in the encouragement area. Panthers with the basketball. Slow rolling it up to the front court. Lob to Honeycutt at the elbow. Honeycutt tries to get Calvert, who flared out on the three-point area. Bass covered him nicely. A screen area, spin move, pump fake, step into the lane. Shot is up, no good. Dalton with the putback is good, and he'll go to the free throw line. Maybe that's what we needed. I don't see how Calvert missed the one he had. It rolled all around the rim, and he has such a soft touch to the basketball.
He did a good job. Just didn't get it off the glass clean enough, but it was a good shot. I liked it. And what did it do? It gave Keelan the backside rebound.
Keelan misses the and one. That's the third foul on Luke Hall.
That could come into play.
So with 3:10 to go, that was the first basket in the second half for the Panthers. Brings it back up to a 6-point lead, 37-31. O'Brien with a three off the front of the rim. Bass picks it up. He takes the one from the elbow, and it goes in. Jalen Bass is the scorer for East Robertson here in the second half. Now it's back to a 4-point game, 37-33. Dalton in the lane, spin move. Gets it taken away from him down low as Luke Hall with 3 fouls battled up against him, and he'll get fouled going into the lane. So Luke Hall will have 2 free throws. Student body section a little bit upset, I think, with the roughness of that foul. That's the second one on Dalton. First free throw goes in.
That's the first time it looked like the guy who shot the free throw forgot he had 2.
I made the second one.
We should have asked him, do you want another one or not?
Yeah. Hey, if you walk away, I think you should forfeit it.
Yeah, I agree.
All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game for the Panthers. got to get something turned around. As East Robertson has now caught up to us. Ferguson goes baseline, and they left him wide open. The late defense from East Robertson. Ferguson takes advantage of it for the layup off the glass. Back to a 4-point advantage for the Panthers with 2:10 to go.
It's 2 buckets we've had inside.
Dalton tries to jump the pass, doesn't get it. Able to recover on defense. Bass spin move in the lane. Gets one over the outstretched fingertips of Keelan Dalton and makes it 39-37. Jalen Bass has about 85 points there in the third quarter. Ferguson loses the basketball in the lane, dives for it, hands it off to Totten, but they'll say his foot or ankle or elbow or shin was out of bounds when he dove for the basketball. So it'll go to East Robertson. East Robertson with a chance for the first time since tip-off to tie the game or take the lead. Bass stops to take the three, and he bangs it in. At the 1:33 mark, East Robertson has a 40-39 lead.
Oh.
Offensive foul on the Panthers will turn it over to East Robertson. East Robertson has outscored the Panthers 21-4 here in the third quarter. A complete dry spell offensively and a hot shooting streak specifically for Jalen Bass for East Robertson has changed this game. A 3 for O'Brien. That one doesn't go in. Dalton skies for the rebound. Honeycutt will take it. He'll push to the front court. He's trying to run with it. Dalton going to the lane but misses the shot. I think that shot was effective as he tried to go around the defender under a minute to go.
Yeah. If I'm ER, one kid's shooting the ball from here, I know.
Bass took some steps before he dribbled the basketball. Turnover will give it back. In comes Evan Brown for the Panthers. And Totten will take a seat. Timeout called by Kirk Catan for East Robertson. As he's looking with 49 seconds to go. What are we going to do? Full timeout. Do want to remind everyone that the Panthers will play Friday night against Joe Burns. And who can forget the 4 overtime victory last year by the Panthers against that Joe Burns Red Devils team?
Not me. I didn't bring enough snacks.
Possibly the best game of the year, definitely in the top 3.
Yeah, no doubt.
As each overtime had one or the other team making a last-second shot to tie it to send it on to the other overtime.
And the concession stand, they were mad at themselves for shutting down early. They could have made a fortune on all those overtimes.
I mean, 20 extra minutes of basketball, what a great game. And it's always close. Joe Burns always has a good basketball team.
Well,
it doesn't matter that they're in the lower classification.
No.
They can play basketball, and that's going to be a tough battle with them coming in here Friday night.
Well, like we mentioned last game, I mean, it takes 5 kids to put a good product on the floor. When you got a small school like that, rounding up 5 kids ain't so hard. Sometimes 11 for a football team and 9 for a baseball team can be difficult, but they've always hung their hat on basketball.
Good point. Dalton will inbounds for the Panthers with 49 seconds remaining here in the third. Got to see what Coach Ferguson has drawn up on this offensive set. Let's see if they try to go for the last shot to go into the fourth with the lead. Pass it over to Honeycutt. That was almost dangerous. Back to Calvert. You got to think about how long these two guys have been playing basketball together. Calvert and Honeycutt kind of know each other's moves. Dalton takes it at the free throw line. Looks for a cut in Honeycutt. It's not there. Gives it off to Brown. Brown goes in the lane, passes it off to Calvert. He's going to go baseline, and he's going to miss the short shot. Picked up by Bass with 7 seconds ago. Behind his back, cross midcourt. Slings the one from half court, misses it. Out of bounds is Brogan Mann, who got the rebound. 1.7 seconds left. Evan Brown is going to throw the Hail Mary over to Honeycutt. Tries to get it to Dalton. Up in the air at the buzzer. In there! And they'll say he was just inside the 3 as Honeycutt touch passed it over to Dalton. Dalton just turned around and slung it. It goes in. That may have been the momentum changer that the Panthers needed to get this ship back on track. You don't get a ship back on track. You get a train back. Where do you get a ship?
You can get a ship back on track.
Course?
Back on
course.
Course, yeah.
At the end of 3.
Everybody knew what you were talking about.
I hope so. At the end of 3, the Panthers, that was only a 2. The Panthers now have the lead back 41-40. And you just have to forget about the third quarter. It is what it is. Here we are. We've got the lead. That's where you want to be going into the final quarter. You want to have the lead. Just get out there, and they need to get back to what they were doing in the first half. And they just got to realize East Robertson got hot offensively.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't say anything to us because we was unable to score for 4.5 minutes coming into the third quarter. But you got to understand that's how they was able to get some of those back, especially Jalen Bass with 3 threes.
Yeah.
A couple of jump shots that he got in there. With that 3 by Dalton, I think that'll energize the purple, white, and black.
And some of their offensive rebounding deal, that definitely we're going to clean up because I know Coach Bird, he's an inside kind of guy, and he doesn't like getting beat on the boards.
And the Panthers will get a chance to extend this momentum as they have the basketball. It'll be Ferguson, Honeycutt, Brown, Calvert, and Dalton. 4 guards set as Ferguson goes into the lane, gets fouled on the shot. EV will go to the free throw line. And that's the 4th foul on Luke Hall.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. They don't want him to foul out for sure, I wouldn't think. You don't want anybody to foul out but one of your starters.
Ferguson misses the first free throw. Statistics say that this one will go in. And it does.
Mama won't let him in the house tonight.
Evan Ferguson with 9 on the night.
And an FYI, I love her. She's a great basketball mom.
42-40, Panthers lead. Wow, backdoor cut for East Robertson, and the guard missed it. Thankfully for the Panthers, Brogan Mann gives it off to Bass, who loses his defender. Now being guarded by Brown. Throws it over to Jepson. Back to the far side to O'Brien. They had 2 cutting to the basket in the same area on that offensive possession. Bass takes one. His foot was inside the 3. Doesn't matter. Doesn't go in. Honeycutt with the rebound over to Calvert. Panthers trying to extend that 2-point lead. Calvert's not going to stop. Down to the lane. In and out. How did he miss it? And again, Keelan Dalton with the putback. Makes the bucket. Gets the foul. And we'll go to the free throw line.
But it's Calvert getting to the bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Drawing all the defenders.
Drawing all the defenders. And then Keelan being a great athlete and knowing, hey, if he misses a shot, I'm going to get some garbage here and get an easy bucket. And Keelan's done a great job of that. And there'll be times, too, that Tristan will get up and realize that there's no way I'm going to make this deal. And he'll pass it to Keelan for an easy bucket.
Totten comes into the game for Ferguson. And just as he does that, East Robertson coach calls a 30-second timeout. So coming out of this timeout, Keelan Dalton will have a chance to shoot the free throw and go for that and one. Big deal, big push. You got to see if the Panthers will start a press or just keep playing a steady defensive play. Again, it wasn't so much the defense in that third quarter. It was just East Robertson couldn't miss.
Right.
Especially number 0.
And we gave up a few too many offensive rebounds. Just a few.
True.
Because earlier in the game, they wasn't getting second shots. And this third quarter, they definitely got a lot more than Coach Ferguson's going to let them remember.
Now, just to get you anxious, there is 2 team fouls on East Robertson already here in the first minute of the fourth quarter. So free throws may play a point later on in the game as Dalton misses that one. Keeps it a 44-40 score. East Robertson into the front court over to Bass. Bass started by Brown. I think you'll see that matchup for the rest of the night. Bass tries to go down the lane. Brown comes from behind, but they'll say he fouled.
Yeah,
Good effort by number 1.
Yeah, he did foul, and he fouled. He aggravates the crap out of you sometimes, and that's what you want is a defender that will just get under your under your skin, and Devin does it.
So Bass gets 2 opportunities, and he makes the first one. Short on the second one, Totten with the rebound.
What I like about this rotation, Brown not starting, is he saves some fouls up because sometimes he's got a tendency to foul early. So here, late in the game, when you need him to do some of his stuff, he's free of fouls. He can play fluently and not worry about it.
Honeycutt bounce pass to a backdoor cutting Evan Brown for a layup.
Great pass.
I don't know which one's better, the cut to the basket or the pass by Honeycutt.
They were both excellent.
5-point lead for Portland. Hall to O'Brien, guarded by Totten, picks up his dribble over the man for a 3. It's off the mark. Foul in the paint area on the rebound. And it'll go against East Robertson.
Yeah, Fulton, I think, so they called it on. He in the game? I don't think so, but he
Fouls on Jake Hall, and that's his first of the night, but the third team foul. 2 more and send the Panthers to the free throw line. Under 6 minutes to go. Panthers up 46-41. Calvert goes into the lane, loses the basketball, and they'll say he got fouled. East Robertson players do not like that call.
Well, you normally don't like when a foul's called against you.
So that's 4 team fouls on East Robertson with 5:44 to go. The 4th personal foul on Mac Jepson. Inbounds to Calvert, who misses the shot, gets his own rebound, goes back up. That one goes in.
That's the one thing in the last 2 years that Tristan has really, really improved on is physicality. When he was a sophomore, he had all the skill set in the world, just did not like contact.
O'Brien misses the drive to the basket. Panthers, again, trying to extend this 7-point lead. Finally getting some momentum back. Totten to the baseline, misses the shot, picked up by East Robertson. Up to that point, the Panthers were on a 9-1 run. Bass hits another 3. And that time he had a hand in the face. 48-44. Panthers with the lead. Under 5 minutes to go. Dalton takes the pass in the key area. Comes around to his right. Hands it off to Honeycutt, who takes that Dalton screen, and he throws it over to Calvert for an open 3. In there. Tristan Calvert. 17 on the night. A 3 on the way from East Robertson. Turnaround doesn't go in, and Dalton with the rebound. 51-44. Coach Ferguson is going to call timeout. We'll take a quick pause. We'll be right back. 4:25 to go. Panthers up by 7.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
At one time, your Panthers led in this game by a score of 35-19. East Robertson goes on a 21-6 run. Takes the lead at 41-40. Panthers able to come back. Now have a 7-point lead. Dalton tries to get a backdoor cut in Calvert, but he's going to give it up over to Honeycutt, and Honeycutt overthrows it to the far corner. I don't think Dalton would have caught that one.
Probably not.
4:04 remaining. J. Call with the basketball, guarded by Honeycutt, gives it over to Groves. Almost picked off by Dalton. Dalton backs up, able to recover. Bass with the basketball now, 3:49 to go. Bass takes a screen.
There you go.
Offensive foul.
Evan Brown did that all by himself just a few seconds earlier when he was playing defense. Him and Groves kind of bumped into each other a little bit. Groves got kind of mad about it, so next time he had a chance to do a moving screen to get Brown back, guess what? It was a foul.
Offensive foul.
Yes, sir, buddy. See, Evan got in his head quick. It didn't take long, did it?
That was the 5th foul, but because it was an offensive foul, Panthers will go to the line on the next go around. Wow, what a scoop under move for Evan Brown. With 3:19 to go, the Panthers now have a 9-point lead, 53-44. Bass now being guarded by Honeycutt. Goes to the right side, grabs it one hand, he goes up for the shot, and they'll say foul on the Panthers. And they'll say they got him with the body. And that'll be on Mr. Calvert. So that'll send Bass to the free throw line, where he makes the first one. That's the second team foul on the Panthers. Luke Hall comes in for Groves. Excuse me, that's Prince. And a second free throw goes in. (53-46) is your score. Under 3 minutes to go here in this basketball game. Panthers trying to attack this man-to-man defense. Dalton pops out, catches it top of the key area, hands it off to Ferguson, who hands it off to Honeycutt, turns around and takes one from inside the three off the mark. Picked up by East Robertson. Brown back on Bass again defensively. Man with the basketball. Tries to do a spin move in the lane. Does get that one to fall in. Brogan man. 4 in a row for East Robertson, makes it 53-48. Calvert guarded by Bass. In between his legs, waits for Brown on the UCLA cut, comes up, picks it up, takes a screen from Dalton, picks up his dribble, throws it over to the corner to Honeycutt, no look pass to Dalton down low, turnaround, two-handed slam, as his defender tried to reach around to deflect the entry pass. No one behind Dalton. He turned around, gets it back to a 7-point lead, 55-48. 16 points on the night for Keelan. A minute 33 to go. Panthers up by 7. Screen. Knocked away from behind by Honeycutt, but they'll call that a reach in. So East Robertson will look for their favorite baseline out of bounds play and use it here, as they're down by 7 with a minute 26 to go. Panthers defend the paint area well. Off to Bass. Fadeaway mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, Evan Ferguson over to Calvert. And Calvert will slowly walk it up the court. East Robertson going to pick up at the mid-stripe. Calvert gets around his defender. Slows it up. Passes it back on front to Dalton. They begged him to take the three. He wouldn't do it. Honeycutt, double team, bounce pass over to Calvert. Bounce pass to Dalton, goes up and gets stripped as he had another one going through the basket. But they foul him on the way up. Again, there's 5 team fouls on East Robertson. So from here on out, Panthers will be shooting in a foul situation. That was a shooting foul to begin with. So Dalton will go to the free throw line 4-2. 53 seconds remaining. Panthers hold into a 7-point lead. Dalton makes that one. All 4 Panthers back in the defensive zone. Don't want to risk a fouling situation. Doesn't matter. He made both of them anyway. 9-point lead for the Panthers. And a foul on the drive by Honeycutt. Hey, Thursday night, December 11th, the PHS Advanced Choir will be having their annual Christmas Choir concert. Start time for that is 6 p.m. It's at the PHS Auditorium. Admission, $5. Go check it out. Bass takes the inbounds, fakes the three, dribbles inside, and makes the 12-footer. Timeout called by East Robertson with 41.5 seconds remaining. It's back down to a 7-point lead, 57-50 for the Panthers. 18 points so far on the night for Dalton, 17 for Calvert. And John, they just got basically no turnovers on this
And hit your free
possession.
throw if they choose to put you on the line.
4 team fouls on the Panthers, so another foul by them will put East Robertson on the free throw line. I want to say congratulations to those from PHS that were selected for the 2025-2026 Mid-State Band. Hector Colon, who was also selected for All-State, along with Jackson Augustus, Sebastian Stringer, and Alan Brownlee. Congratulations to those. That was the 2025-2026 Mid-State Band.
They were in the Christmas parade the other night. I sent you a picture. Didn't get any acknowledgement from you. Oh, Mr. Scrooge. But anyway, I thought they're freezing, braving the elements, and I send you a picture of cheer of our band. Doing a great job, by the way.
So if I tell you it was blurry and there was no sound, so I had no clue what you sent, that doesn't help me out any?
No, because
Okay.
it had a little flag.
Press for East Robertson. Panthers are able to break it. Calvert gets across the midcourt right in the center of the court. Goes down the lane. They tried to foul him twice, and he avoided it and makes the layup down the lane. 59-50 with 25 seconds to go. That may do it as they allow Bass to go down the lane and score. And timeout again by East Robertson as they tried to set up that press defense. So 59-52. So you couldn't ask for anything better. I think the Panthers were kind of hoping to run some clock, but there was an opening, there was a lane.
Well, if it's
Calvert went down that way,
shot,
but they tried to foul him up here in the free throw area. They two different players reached for him, and they couldn't get a hold of him. Goes right past them and down in for the layup. Huge play for Tristan Calvert to keep momentum on the Portland side. So the Panthers still have that 7-point lead and possession of the basketball. Of course, when they inbounds, they'll have the length of the court to go.
Right,
We expect it to be against full court pressure.
On the last possession, I wish we'd played a little bit more D because we got a foul to give, right? Or will they be on the line with the next foul? Okay. We still got to play defense.
Brown gets open, pass up to the front court, and he'll get fouled. So Evan Brown will go to the free throw line as it looked like there was an alley-oop play going on at the end of that. So,
well, if he'd have pushed it, went ahead and got rid of it early, Keelan was standing right on the goal, wide open.
Brown with 2 free throws here, 17 seconds to go. That one doesn't go in.
He's rushing his shot.
7-point lead.
He's not locking on his free throw. He's rushing it.
That one rolls in. First points of the night for Evan Brown. 14 seconds, an 8-point lead for the Panthers. This may do it. O'Brien can't even get a shot off. Finally gets one around. It's no good. Tracked down by the Panthers, and they'll foul Brown. Well, Brown will go to the free throw line. 3.5 seconds remaining. Panthers with an 8-point lead. They held through the adversity and came out victors on the other side.
We quit settling for threes and started going downhill.
That's the 5th foul on Mac Jepson, so Prince will come into the game. Brown makes the first one. And the second one goes in. 10-point game, 3 seconds to go. East Robertson will take one from 3 at the buzzer. No good. Doesn't matter. Final score. Portland 62, East Robertson 52. We'll be right back as you're listening to Panther Basketball.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Graphic Obsessions on Main is your Portland Panther football headquarters for Panther apparel. Don't see it in your size? Just ask, and we'll print it on your size in minutes. From t-shirts and caps to hoodies and more, Graphic Obsessions on Main has what you need to support the Panther football season. Stop in today or visit our Facebook page. Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Touchdown!
Open Tuesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9:30 to 3. Graphic Obsessions on Main is in a larger space and has more to choose from than ever. Tons of Panther designs we can print in minutes. Tons of inventory you can grab right off the rack today. And the amazing new hat bar, where you can customize your own hat. See a design you love but not in your size? We'll print it in just minutes. So many unique gift items right in the store. With the holidays fast approaching, remember, shop early at Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland.
Christmas is right around the corner, and so is Graphic Obsessions on Main in Portland. Tell them about it, Elfie.
Wow, Graphic Obsessions has so much cool stuff, Santa. The new location on Main is packed with all kinds of gifts for everyone. They even do embroidery and have a custom hat bar.
Sounds like I need to get to Graphic Obsessions soon and get my list all taken care of.
Graphic Obsessions on Main and Portland. Visit our Facebook page today or stop in and see us.
Final score, Portland 62, East Robertson 52, a game that was much closer than it seemed. At one time, the Panthers were up 35-19 in the blink of an eye. East Robertson was up 40-39. But the Panthers able to get that 3 right there. Well, they counted it as a 2 right there at the buzzer at the end of the third to get us some momentum going into the fourth. And from there, we went on a run 23-12 to come away with the victory. And John, free throws didn't come down to it.
No, we were 12 for 16. So that was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? 12 for 16. I don't know percentages. That's good. So, you know what I mean? We needed to hit them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we played good. The thing that I liked about it is we got out to a big lead. You know, you get kind of cocky. You start cruising down, and remember, you're on the road. So when the home team gets up on you, that crowd's going to pick up. They're going to be loud. And these kind of games are important. They're going to help you down the year, you know, win big district games, win big tournament games. And getting behind and coming back builds character. So that's the thing. Coach Ferg, scheduling this game, gave him everything that he wanted. He wanted a road game. He wanted the road game to be tough and the crowd get in it. And he wanted his team to, you know, bounce back and take the lead back and win the game. And in my mind, what set it up for us more, I mean, Keelan's shot, buzzer beater did in the third. That did help because we were really not scoring any points at all. But I think the thing that helped us the most is we quit settling for jump shots and started going downhill as a team. And even that 1-3 that Tristan had in the fourth quarter, he was wide open because at that time when we were going to the hole, they were collapsing. They were putting 5 man down there in that paint trying to stop that, and Tristan could have dribbled around his back 3-4 times before anybody would have got to him. So it was a wide open shot, you know, but the team doing that to me tells me a lot. It shows me that if they keep that mindset and realize that their jump shot, their three-point shots aren't falling to go to the hole, and they're going to win a lot of ball games. And I think that, to me, was key. It was the whole part of the game that made the difference.
I'll let you go ahead with the stats if you got the final ones for each team.
I do, and I think 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We were 9 free throws in the fourth quarter. So, and we only missed 3 of them. So 6 points, put fouls on them and got us points. I just think that shows our maturity. Coach Ferg said, quit being selfish, quit shooting your shots and go. But scoring-wise, Evan Brown picked it up real big in the fourth quarter, and I think he really irritated the crap out of Bess a little bit. Nobody aggravated him too bad because he scored a lot of points. But, he did when it mattered at that point kind of get in his head a little bit, and then he got that cheap foul charge on him. But Evan had 7 points. I've got Calvert for 19. Dalton either 20 or 21, depending on if that was a 2 or a 3. If it was a 2, it's 20. If it was a 3, it was 21. Honeycutt had 5. Ferguson had 11. We were 12 for 16 from the free throw line, which was huge. Rebounds, Calvert had 9 rebounds for your starting point guard. Brown had 1, Ferguson 2, Honeycutt 3, Totten 4, Keelan Dalton with 9, Sentnor with 1. Steals, Calvert had 2, Ferguson 2, Dalton had 3. Block shots, Honeycutt, Totten, and Dalton all had 1 apiece. Your assists, Honeycutt had 5, Totten had 4, Sentnor had 1. We had 8 turnovers total. So that's not bad for the whole game. We had 4 in the first half and 4 in the second half. So, we played a really clean game. I'm not going to give you eavesdrop scoring because no one really cares. But anyway, the best kid had 27. We got to give him a shout out. He had a good shooting tonight. He did a good job shooting, but it wasn't enough. But the Panthers was a big win, and it gave them everything they absolutely needed. So I'm proud of them. They look good to me.
Panthers increased their winning side of the column. They're now 6-3. Next game Friday night versus the Joe Burns Red Devils, and we'll be broadcasting that game from the Portland Sports Network YouTube channel. Once again, final score, Portland 62, East Robertson 52. For John Thayer and producer Miguel Amandaris, I'm Kyle Eden. Until next time, go Panthers.